podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him, actually, he was crying in there.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him, actually, he was crying in there.
BoxingVoice.com.
Trilogy Beyonce Productions.
I must be the greatest.
Let's get that done.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Trilogy Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar Nova. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Trilogy Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans around the world. We are back with another one, jam-packed show, like every single morning. This morning, we're going to have live on the show Keyshawn Davis, 2020 Olympian, looking like he's no longer waiting for Tokyo, or is he, now that we actually got a date in the news? I don't know if he knows, but they're saying July 2021 for the Tokyo Olympics. But we'll have Keyshawn Davis, who says he's looking to turn pro at 135 pounds. Very interesting division, and he's ready for the takeover. Second guest, 10 a.m., 154-pound Black Magic Travell Maison. You might know him or first heard of him for training with Ann Wolf, infamous legendary female trainer out of Texas that really gave you the best of James Kirkland whenever they paired together. So we're going to be having those two interviews on the show, as well as our main topic, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. The odds are in. Fury opens up a huge favorite at a minus 420, and Wilder at a plus 2, I think it is looking like 270. So this is what we're going to be talking about this morning. If you're interested, you already know the number to call in. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Also, you can call absolutely free from anywhere in the world by adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. If you are on the $15 level Patreon, you can use Skype to call in. You can also call absolutely free by dialing 1-425-569-5241 and definitely voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let me head on out to my co-host and get this thing started. What a fine morning we have this morning. Let's go on out to I was going to say Corpus, but it looks like I messed up that intro. But wait, here we go. Corpus.
It's me, Mario.
What is up? What is up? Yo, a little tired because, man, listen, a man is a man is a man, right? I make my own decisions, so I'm going to be responsible for myself going to bed super late. But I think part of it's got to be Doomy's fault because, yo, he sent me on some rabbit holes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Untitled. Probably my favorite show of all time. Like, not just doing it, but like listen to, because it was crazy. So check out Untitled. And then remember, we have a night show tonight, a Scorecard Tuesday. I don't think we finalized the pick yet, but maybe we'll just announce it sometime during the show. And then remember, we're live every night this week, except Friday yet. But of course, we have the Thursday show, and then we have some interviews on Wednesdays. So what up, Doomy? Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate that Philadelphia experiment recommendation.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up! Son of a bitch!
Good morning, y'all. Yeah, Mario. Yesterday was a crazy Untitled. I had a lot of fun. It seemed as though we could have gone forever. Check that out. Definitely check that out. I got up this morning, bro. Right on 8:20. Like, it was just like I heard Mick calling me. Get up, you son of a bitch. And I'm here with you guys now. So I mean, I was surprised about these odds coming out the way it was. I mean, you know, when you take I guess the way you say it, Mario, a hellacious beating. You know, the shit tends to be like this, but I don't know, Ness, how you feel about this, man? It's 420 to 260. I know you got it up there. It's 270.
270 on DraftKings.
Okay, I'm taking the Forbes number, but anywho, it's still you know, almost double the margin. And
yeah, no, especially when you consider them being like a -110, -120 in the second fight. This is definitely overwhelmingly in favor of Tyson Fury. But I think it's just due, you know. When the bully gets bullied in that manner, they have to assume that he's going to do it again. But the Forbes article was interesting, and that's why I sent it to you guys in the pre-pro, because the money is coming in on Wilder. Regardless of what Fury did, Forbes is recording heavy money coming in on Wilder. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that, you know?
Listen, if y'all remember Razor Ramon, you remember he was the bad guy? Yo, I guess I'm going to have to be the bad guy and say it. Like, I honestly woke up looking at these numbers like, that's it? Are you joking?
Come on, bro. You can't.
That's it.
It's almost 5 to 1, though, Mario. You can't ask for more. I know. Listen, and I get you. And I get you. But what I'm saying is, say it out loud. It's almost a 5 to 1. Like, what do you mean?
You're right.
What do you mean?
Okay, that's
more?
fair. That's fair. Now I let you burn. Now you let me burn. 5 to 1. 5 to 1. Yo, that man hasn't barely won a round against this man, and it's 5 to 1 right now. Like, does that sound right to you? Like, here's the thing: if Deontay Wilder wasn't Deontay Wilder, like, what's he been doing to this point? Y'all wouldn't say that. Like, y'all are fans of his, and I'm not hating for you being a fan. I'm just saying, like, yo, like, you see him in a certain light. You know, y'all superhero got shrunk down to size. I mean, they ripped that S off his chest, bro. And I'm just trying to say, like, yo, this man hasn't won. Listen, why don't we make the odds for every round that Deontay Wilder's won? So then what is it, like 1 to 20, or my bad, I'm bad at math. So it's like 19 to 1, something like that. And then we'll cut those in half. Okay, so it should be like 9 to 1 at very least. So 5 to 1, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think that these numbers reflect, honestly, like, closer than what I would have thought it was going to come out to. Like, they just seem like numbers to me that were not indicative of what we've seen thus far. And I'm not saying I don't want to see the fight. And I hear what you're saying. 5 to 1 is a big number. Okay, I feel you. Like, people say, like, oh, don't agree. But listen, I can't say a good point is a good point is a good point. You know what I'm saying? That's a good point. You're right. 5-1 is legit. But for whatever distance, 5-1, whatever ratio that is, you check the ratio of rounds that have been won, and that number does not reflect, brother.
I don't think that the betting lines or odds makers are considering rounds won. It's the heavyweight division for one, and then we're talking Deontay Wilder. We're one fight removed from people saying he was the biggest puncher in all of boxing history. So, again, my favorite word is boxing fans are fickle. You're fickle right now. You're forgetting that he slept Tyson Fury and everyone before him. And I think that's why the betting lines and the odds makers are saying, you know what? 4.5 to 1 is decent because this man, at the end of the day, still has a puncher's chance.
Where are you from? Where are you from again, Ness?
New Jersey.
Where you? New Jersey? Man, I think it's the difference because where I'm from, slept means something different. Slept means that man didn't get up. Slept means that they got that knockout win.
When you
That's
take
what
a nap,
means to me. I don't know. Maybe
it ain't 8 hours when you take a nap,
from.
is it?
So I'm not gonna hate.
When you take a nap, do you go to sleep for 8 hours in your nap? Fury took a little nap. He went nap.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe my headphones were going out because I swear to God, the other day I heard you say how Tyson Fury got up and he was just mad when he got knocked down. Like usually people are like out of it, trying to get up and trying to survive. But he got up and he was ferocious. You said right. You said ferocious.
I didn't use those words.
You said those words, brother. I promise you. I've been listening to the shows back and back, trying to get them interviews. You said ferocious. He got up. He was like a man on a mission. Maybe I'm paraphrasing that part.
Man on a mission.
Man on a mission.
Super imposing right now. My man, super. He ate his Mario, the one up right now.
Where the Wario soundbite at?
Bro, the mustache is getting longer, so it makes me the bad guy, bro. I'm telling you though. I'm just saying, like you gave him credit for that, and I give him credit for that. So we see that point the same way. He got up. He wasn't hurt. I mean, he barely had any time to recover. He got up. He was fine. So to me, slept is too strong of a word. You want to go back and pick another word, and we can rock out together. But right now, slept. That's not the right word, bro. You're looking for a different word.
I mean, look, I can understand the terminology. Slept definitely means you was snoring and you ain't get up until they put a pillow under your head. You feel me?
That's right.
Like people just forget so easy, man. They forget so easy, man, when you lose, bro. And I mean, we talking about Pacquiao got slept by Marquez, bro. Slept. He took a snore nap. Snorlax, Pokemon style. Like he was gone and he still came back and nobody forgot about Pacquiao and said he was done or nothing like that. It's just been a lot of hate from the get with Wilder. Wilder's always had to fight uphill, bro. He's always had to fight uphill. And this loss, because when you talk big sauce, you gotta back it up every single time. And I think that's what Wilder falls under. He fell under, like, he was almost like the Mayweather. I'm never going to lose, this, that, boom. And it's like we never got it with Mayweather. Mayweather never lost, so we never reacted this way. But Wilder loses, and all of a sudden, he's just no good no more. And the odds are kind of reflecting that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue too much about the odds because, Ness knows I'm not really a betting guy. I just spit the facts the way I see them, nowadays, because I know my underdog days is behind me. But Wilder definitely, in my opinion, has a better chance than what the odds are showing to beat Fury. I think that this time around we're gonna get a whole totally different Wilder, and like I said, it could be another way. It could be that we get a broken Wilder back, and the same thing happens. But my faith is in the other one. My faith is in that this guy's coming back to get what was taken from him.
Bro, that draw is sitting at a plus 2,500. I'm not saying it's gonna be a draw. I'm just saying, like, those odds are nice
low
for that first one.
That's low though. What
was it for the first one?
3,700. I caught it at
37. Yeah, you got that. That's when Ness caught that body. You know what I'm saying? That's when Ness caught that body. But yeah, listen. Look. First of all, we all know what odds are. Sorry.
Nah, man.
What you say?
I was doing you want to see a dead body?
Yo, listen. We all know what odds are, right? And we all know how they reflect. And they reflect through time and mostly relevant to how much time between now and the fight. So these odds are going to get a little wacky because we really don't have a firm date for sure yet. You know what I mean? But as we get closer to the fight, the odds are going to firm out. And while I truly do not believe that the odds reflect exactly how big a favor Tyson Fury appears to be heading into fight 3, I do think they will close up. Because that's just the nature of the beast. That's just what we see in boxing. They will close up. And that's why I think that they're not far enough yet. Because usually we see a radical closure in the ratio closer to fight time. I mean, I'm talking
true.
Nah,
right? You're right.
I mean, it might not be that far when we get there. If we're starting at 5-1, it could get a lot closer.
I mean, check
well,
it right, man.
Also, like I said, if you read the Forbes article, they said that a lot of money is coming in on Wilder. Let me open it up so I could get you some quotes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely as the fight gets closer, odds tend to change a little bit. I don't know what's really gonna like tip the scale towards Wilder, where Wilder's better in the odds. I don't think that could happen even leading up to the fight. But I mean, things could change. We get the clips of them training. We get to see how they look. We start kind of changing and making adjustments on our betting minds, if you want to say. So we definitely don't. This ain't the end all be all numbers right now. Things could definitely change. I mean, injuries could happen. A whole bunch of shit can happen to change these odds. So I'm not gonna go with them all the way, but they definitely tipping in Fury's a little heavy right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, sure. I guess it's understandable. He did the unthinkable. And with the first fight, he kind of set the tone that he was the better boxer. Now he came and he fought Wilder's fight. On our Patreon page, I think it was Carlito from the UK. I'm double checking now. Someone sent us a quote from Fury on Good Morning. Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, something like that.
It is, and I quote, "I'll be obliged to give him a bit more. You never get bored of beating Deontay Wilder up. It's just one of those things that you take great pride in doing," said Fury on Good Morning Britain. So, I mean, he is definitely ready for the rematch. He's not.
As fuck.
Yes, he's cocky. He's cocky. I don't know what that's gonna translate into, but for Wilder, yeah, hopefully,
I mean, he said it right after the fight. He said if he wants a rematch, I'll give him the same beating I just gave him. That's what he said right after the fight when they asked him if he would take a third fight. So he's just like, he's in his head. He's already solved the Wild Vinci code. You know what I'm saying? He already deciphered the Wild Vinci code. So it's like he doesn't feel like anything new has to happen for him. He found the blueprint to beat him.
I don't know. I think probably a little bit unfair to say that. You know what I mean? We don't know how hard he trains. We don't know, what sort of direction he's taking in the camp. To say that, I don't know. He's just doing what he got to do. I think obviously he's shown us that talking, training, and fighting are all completely separate, man. And he talked a good talk. But in retrospect, I mean, it wasn't a talk. It was straight facts. He told you what he was going to do, and we just thought, it was unbelievable. We said, who on this level would actually tell you the game plan beforehand, But because of the irony of the nickname Pillow Fist and we assuming he didn't have power, we believed it. We didn't believe him, and I think neither did Wilder. But I think that Wilder is still 100% dangerous if he just changes the style for this particular fight. Listen, styles make fights. You can't go into every fight in the same style. If he brought the fight to Fury, not with the traditional 1-2 either. I mean, turn them around, make them shits round hooks, left hook, right hook, back hook, back right hook, left hook, dig to the body.
Yo, just tell him
so
to
many
bring us over
things
to the camp, dog. Tell him to bring us over.
so many things that he can do. See, he's always been that counter puncher. He's always been with his legs spread out, kind of waiting on his, perfect shot. I think he's got to push, Fury. And I mean that, both literal and metaphorically, right? I watched the Ugas and Delorme fight. Yo, he got like 7 warnings from the referee for pushing. It reminded me of the Amir Khan Lamont Peterson fight. You know what I mean? Wilder might need to do that. He might need to high guard, shove Fury off balance, then start digging shots.
But I think we played into it, Ness. We played into the whole bashing Tyson's punching power. I think we took that and ran with it. Like we believed Wilder when he said he had pillow fists and all this other stuff. But that's not what Tyson Fury's fights reflect. He's had TKOs. People retired in the corner. So it's like there's not too many decisions in there in his career. So it's like maybe we just fucking took that shit and ran with it too quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That whole ragging on each other and you got pillow fists. We took that too seriously, man. We talking about a 260 plus pound man hitting on you. Like, bro, he could swing his arm without power and it'll hurt you. So it's like I think we ran with that and believed it kind of. And didn't really think about it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the way that he gets.
Don't be hard on yourself.
Velocity on his punches too. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he swings it, he creates. Man, I forgot what it's called when you have that pendulum swing. Yes, that pendulum swing type of thing, right? And so, that's impressive. And here's the thing, like talking about his confidence. Like, look, this is a man who a lot of people gave credit for, like basically ending the Klitschko era. Now, whether that was Joshua or not, that's just a debate. But if it's in your mind that, I took on the Klitschko era, and then they were saying it was the Deontay Wilder era, and like I took these things from these men, like, you're gonna feel like you're on cloud 9. And as far as Deontay Wilder coming back, like it ain't nothing but the right strategy, the right game plan. He has the tools. He does. I think we talked about him using more distance. We talked about him fighting better up close, which I don't think he should stay up close throughout the fight. But we've talked about all these different scenarios and what he does. But at the end of the day, we're not going to know, and we shouldn't know, because that's what happened with Fury. While he was saying it, he was playing. He wasn't playing possum, but it was like he was rope-a-doping us. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, I'm going to do this." It's like, "Nah, he ain't going to do that." And then he came in and did it, and it was like, "Oh shit!"
Bro, and his trainer said it too. Like,
I know.
When we asked his trainer, like, "Yo, you think what's up?" He was like, "No, he's going for the knockout." We're like, "Yeah, right." Quack, quack, quack.
We were so doubting everything. We just put all our money, and look, we rightfully did, right? We put all our money on our chin.
Bro, hard to believe. It's just hard to believe that he was gonna get a knockout. You know what I mean? When he fought Vlad, you couldn't see that. You know what I mean? You just couldn't see
and I think that's what happened. We fell not in love.
But that's the beauty of boxing. That's what I'm saying. Wilder needs to do what Fury did. You see, Fury fought one style for Vlad and a completely different style for Wilder. At least in the third fight. So, second fight. So Wilder needs to do the same. Like you can't use the same style for everybody, possibly, right?
No, it's just, look, man. Fight by fight, when you're in the pros, you're fighting in plan by plan. It ain't the amateurs no more. You can just go in there and say, "Hey, fuck it, we're gonna just shoot here." Can't do that. Every fight has to be specific to your opponent. You have the luxury of tape. And I don't want to hear that bullshit that I never watched tape. Or I don't watch tape. I don't want to hear. That's all cocky talk so you can sell yourself more. If you ain't watching the tape, your camp is watching the tape. Like, come on, I don't want to hear that shit. And that's why it's there. He showed no game plan for the fighter he was facing that night. The first fight, we could have argued that, he prepared and, for a different style, but everybody's always running from him. Everybody was always running from Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz was one of the few guys that actually stood up and traded and had him a little bit in trouble, but it's always the back foot. But they put him on his back foot. They came for his head. So now, where's your game plan? You never thought you'd be in that situation, but you got put in the fire. And you burned in there because you ain't prepared right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta prepare. You gotta be preparing for the style that you're gonna face. And guess what? If you didn't believe him, you should have still prepared for it. Your cockiness got in your way of your boxing brain, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, you're also saying that from the outside looking in. We don't know if he prepared and he just was out, performed, bro.
Nah,
I mean,
it didn't show.
It's always a combination,
It didn't
though.
show. Nah, it didn't show. Let's be honest. Let's argue that. It didn't show.
It didn't show what?
I don't care. I don't
everybody
care how
says
tired
he
you
didn't
are.
look the same.
You never showed a game plan. You're not gonna tell me that he was tired from the getting first round, that he was just soggy legs from the rip. He could say that right now, but you had one round at least to give us a shot to believe in you, that you actually prepared.
Yeah, and I think he did a good job of that. I mean, he was jabbing to the body. He was setting up. Like, what do you mean? People acting as if he didn't do anything.
He got bullied, and then he didn't know how to act. Just like when Mike Tyson
But the
got
bullying didn't start till the second round, bro.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It didn't start off the bat, obviously. You know what I'm saying? The guys are filling out, but he came for his head right from the get. It's not like he started on his back foot.
And hey, the second round of me.
Oh, shit. Who that?
Yo, what up?
Legendary baby, what up?
What? Yeah, I thought the sound was gonna drop. So yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Tyson,
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Nice boxing voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm gonna have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you're accurate.
hey, I got a great idea. Good morning. Let's start all over. Nah, man, I couldn't sleep last night at all. I mean, I fell asleep kind of early after the show. I just woke up and just could not get back into sleep mode. Some crazy ass reason.
Hate
So
that.
I need the weather to break or something so I could go outside and get some fresh air. But Tyson Fury, right, who switched trainers, as you said, somebody mentioned that his trainer, Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, was like, yeah, we're going for the knockout. And remember, Emmanuel Stewart will see things in fighters, so it's in his bloodline, and he did some adjustments. But early, yeah, Deontay Wilder, second round, that's early. That's the fight hasn't even started yet, and officially, and that's when it all turned for him badly. So we all switched sides. Don King once said it. It's like the Matador versus the Bull. One side of the audience is always the Bull side, and then it switches over to the Matador side. And that's what we got with the Tyson Fury. As far as training and all that stuff, I would just say Sugar Hill played a big-ass role in strategy. Tyson Fury, it's hard because I always thought he was a guy with no power. So I'm that guy like, yo, he rigged the glove. But take that out the equation. He won the fight by a knockout. And we could see why the odds are against Deontay Wilder now because of that knockout. So I'm here scratching my head like, damn, is Tyson Fury really, really the truth? Or somehow he still got to prove himself to me against Deontay Wilder.
I'm still riding with Wilder. Bro.
You think he got to prove himself against Wilder? I thought the tables turned and it's Wilder now they got to prove something.
To me, it's still like a fluke. Like something just wasn't there. It might have been skills. It might have been the preparation. Like we were arguing. It might have been like the overconfidence or overworked out. Who knows? But I think that Wilder and Fury 3 deserves to happen again, and Fury got to show it.
Or maybe it was the suit, Cash. You still believe that one?
I never believed that one. I thought that one was like, how do we believe it? But
Hail Mary?
The glove gate was always the thing to me.
But that's the thing. We got all this shit, all this controversy around this victory. We got the suit. We got the glove. We got a lot of things that are kind of like just looming over this win over Fury over Wilder. And like, are we giving Fury his credit? I
think the media, the critics, and a lot of the people are, yeah. But then like you should, of all people, the conspiracy.
Have you forgotten
what
Wilder has done 42 times?
No, I just told you.
I think a lot of
Fury
people
still gotta
have
prove.
forgotten that, though. That's the thing. I think a lot of people, you know, have forgotten.
And that's why
I don't think that the people forgotten. I think that there was like this strong contingent before he fought Ortiz, before he started to step up competition, that he never fought nobody. So for a lot of people, you got to remember like that whole knockout, like all that stuff, like that doesn't reign true with everybody.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? And it's not
Yeah.
me. It's not on me to say whether that man, deserves the credit or not. As a boxing fan, I have a opinion. You have an opinion. Everybody else has an opinion. And all I'm trying to say is that there was a mass concern of people within the boxing realm that were not necessarily Wilder haters or Wilder fans that
Guys,
just believe
give me
that,
a minute really quick to introduce
Go
our
ahead.
first guest. We have Keyshawn Davis, 2020 Olympian. Keyshawn, man, thank you for taking out the time to come on the program, talk some boxing with us. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. I'm doing pretty good. How y'all?
We're good. We're good. Happy to have you first and foremost. Obviously, we've been following the news, and COVID-19 has definitely postponed the Olympics. Just yesterday, they announced that it was going to be rescheduled for July 2021. Has that changed your decision? I've seen a few things online where you kind of indicated you may be going pro on your social media.
Right. I think I see something saying it was supposed to be July 23rd through August 8th, something like that. And about my decision, I should be making a decision on my Instagram sometime this week. That's like what I'm releasing and letting my fans know whether I'm going pro or staying amateur.
And can I ask, do you have a manager yet?
No, I don't have a manager.
Okay. Can I ask, has James Prince approached you? Because he did approach one of your fellow Olympian stablemates in Troy Isley and signed him, and now he's turning pro with James Prince, and you only got to assume he's going to be on Top Rank.
Right. Yeah, he's on Top Rank. Troy Isley. He signed a contract with James Prince. He then signed a contract with Top Rank, and he released that about last month. And this is no secret. Yes, James Prince came and approached me, but when it comes to just signing and figuring out what I'm gonna do, and this don't mean I'm going pro, but whatever I choose, when it comes to signing and going pro, I honestly don't know what manager or promoter I want to do business with yet.
Mario, you're on mute, Mario.
My bad. I'm so sorry. Sorry, my bad. Hey, how you doing, Keyshawn? It's Mario Mugia here. Real quick, I want to ask you an update as far as COVID-19 and this whole situation's going. How are you protecting yourself? What's going on in your community, and just how is it affecting your everyday life, and as it relates to boxing and training?
It's very effective, being that Virginia, our state, they just put us on emergency lockdown yesterday. So it's like every day it's something new, at least for me, because it was boxing. Now my state is under emergency. So it's most definitely affected me personally, because I can't train for real unless I do some calisthenics in the house. They say we can go outside and still work out outside. So on the hot days, I probably go outside, probably try to catch the breeze outside and stuff like that. But it's very effective when it comes down to physical training. But it's also helping me get my mental better, because times like this, I like to sit back and relax and study, watch a lot of boxing, watch a lot of boxing fights, watch a lot of boxing interviews, arguments in the game and stuff like that, and just learn and grow in the game.
What's going on, Keyshawn? It's Alex here from the Boxing Voice. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm good.
All right, that's good to hear, man. With everything going on throughout the nation, and you explaining to us that, you're still trying to keep in shape. A lot of the boxers are just, making different camps, doing different things right now. But let's talk about something else. Let's get to know Keyshawn a little bit. What's your favorite boxer?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
stylistically, your style, do you compare it to any of the greats in the past? Maybe Muhammad, or do you consider yourself a boxer puncher, a puncher? What style do you relate to it most from throughout the past and the great fighters that you look at?
Grew up on. Yeah. People, well, when I go fight international and stuff like that, the crowds be telling me I look like Muhammad Ali. I mean, not Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry, Floyd Mayweather. This just is like when I go out the country and fight and stuff like that. So I guess to people like really not knowing me, I come off like Floyd Mayweather. But people that knows me in the boxing game and stuff like that, they say I kind of fight like Shakur Stevenson, even though he's like a southpaw, even though he is a southpaw.
Ness, just one more before I pass over. Keyshawn, where did you grow up? Were you born and raised here in Norfolk, Virginia?
Yes, home of the old legend Sweepy.
All right. And you have so many national tournaments, man. Ness, I know I'm burning time. Go ahead. Okay, all right. I'm getting the pass here.
champ.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the national tournaments, man. It's just one.
How many did you win, Keyshawn?
Honestly, y'all, I've been fighting in nationals since I was like 11 years old, so I got a few. I got way more. I know what y'all looking at. Y'all probably on Google right now, huh?
I mean, he is, but look, would you say you got over 10? You got over 10 nationals, you think? One?
Yeah, yes, sir. I probably got. Honestly, I probably got
so many
like.
He can't even count them.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
That's
crazy.
13, 15.
Wow, bro,
Yeah.
you're gonna get an amazing deal, man. The more national wins. No, seriously, the more national wins, the more sought out you are, or sought after rather. Managers and promoters, they want you. The more national wins. If you don't have national wins, it's hard for fighters to get, signed to promoters and let alone television deals. So, how long have you been fighting with no headgear?
This will be my third year. Last year when I won the Pan American Games and World Championships, stuff like that, that was only my second.
Now, did that ever, I don't know, did they cross your mind? Like a lot of Olympians, they say to themselves, well, I'm getting out this because, I'm taking these shots and I'm not getting paid. Did that ever bother you? Do you ever think about that? Or is it just part of the game at this point because the Olympics got rid of the headgear?
Well, when it comes to that aspect of, that never bothered me because I was never type of fighter to get hit. I was always a boxer, period. So I was never scared of the no headgear and getting parts, just stuff like that. Yes, it's a risk, but it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking forward to going to that next level, professional. So I felt like it'll be greater for me to get to experience that with no headgear than later, because now it's like amateurs are fighting better competition. Period. You can start off a pro, you get the set up fights and build yourself up. But amateurs, you fight no headgear, you fighting big competition, people that's way older than you and way more experienced with no headgear. So the transition from no headgear amateurs going to the pro, it's gonna be a lot more smoother than just headgear on and then no headgear off for professionals.
Keyshawn, let's just assume for a second that your decision is to go pro. Now, Shakur Stevenson has moved pretty fast. Do you feel like you want to move as fast as he's moved, or do you like the way that his career's gone, or would you like to take it a little slower, maybe even faster? What's your thoughts on that?
If I can be, I'm just saying this to compare how fast he got his title. If I can be a Lomachenko, then I'm going to be that.
Wow.
Beautiful. Love the confidence.
You know
That's
what?
confidence.
And I never actually thought about that too, Keyshawn. You made a good point. There was a lot of controversy when they first took, the headgears off and allowed amateurs to begin fighting without the headgear, especially after my man, the heavyweight, his name slips me right now, that he got KO'd by the Russian, which was pretty bad.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah. And
he was Uzbekistan.
Yes, he was durable too, man. You know, and he got
What?
KO'd, and it looked a certain way. But now that I'm looking at it, the
Yep.
way you said it, it definitely does prepare you for the professional transition. It definitely prepares you.
Yes,
What
sir.
what
And then
what?
I feel like it's better competition too. But go ahead with your question.
Yeah, no, and giving us more insight on that. How well did you transition over to no headgear? Because you know the punches feel different.
Yeah, most definitely. Um, my first fight, actually, I'm gonna take y'all through my first fight internationally. I was 18 years old in Bulgaria. I was fighting Ukraine. Usually, they fighting styles is. I know y'all see Rocky when he fought the Russian. If you die, you die. Like Ukraine fighting styles that like crazy. They throw a lot of punches and stuff. And my first time in no hits here, I was like timid, like real timid to the point where I damn near didn't even want to get in the ring. So just with the bell rung and stuff like that, he was after me and on me how he fight, but like you said, the punches feel different, and it's like you don't want to get hit at all because you don't have a headgear on. You don't know what the punch is going to feel like, so you just so I wouldn't say paranoid because you can't fight paranoid, but you're just so timid of what's to come and how it's like how the punch is going to feel that you just don't want to get hit. But after it was like my first fight, it was like that. After that, I was cool.
So it gives you like a sense of urgency to like react quicker, right? Is that what I'm getting?
And then some a lot of times you overreact because sometimes you just get to doing too much because you're not used to having that headgear off.
Wow, Enrique, if you want to step in.
Keyshawn Davis, what's up? It's Enrique Church.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? So I just fell back. I'm the resident casual fan on the show, and so I didn't know much of you. So I'm learning about you going pro as well. And we were just discussing, you know, fighters having a plan per opponent. I know you'll probably have something in the future. Is your plan always adjusting and changing, or is it like this is the one thing we have, one strategy to beat this fighter? And this is our plan B. Is it like that for every fight? Just using your style and making adjustments? What's up? Or is it
with every go ahead.
Yeah, or is it like
Go ahead.
this is my style, it has to be broken. My code is my code.
I'm very versatile. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe in just one thing and then you're gonna do that. Like that's like life. You're not just gonna be doing one thing all in life and you think you're gonna be successful doing that one thing. No. Somebody's gonna come around and break your habit. You feel what I'm saying? So when somebody comes around and break my good habit to throw my jab this crisp, or break my good habit to throw my right hand that sharp, I'm gonna have to adjust. So when I adjust, that's when I get them even more because whatever they did to stop what they thought I was gonna stop, now they got to switch over what they got to do. So now a lot of fighters don't know how to make adjustments. You feel what I'm saying? So I love to make adjustments. I love to have different styles of fighting because you never would know what my approach is. And amateurs throughout these years, that's what people have been telling me. They've been like, Keyshawn, honestly, I just love watching you fight. It's not about how good you are. It's just about the performance you put on. Like, you're just very exciting. You never know what you're going to give. You never know what you're going to get as fans. Like, we never know how you're going to fight. And that's exactly how I want to keep it.
I like the saying you just said, somebody's going to come and break your habit. But I think a lot of people made it to the top. What habits? And you see that in anybody's performance that you could recognize in the past? You know, maybe a Trinidad, somebody like that.
Recognizing the past with a habit. I could say I was watching Tommy Harris earlier this week. I feel like he just had a habit of just moving in the same circle. Like a lot of his fights that I watched him, I think he just moved like in the same circle, and he just circled you the same exact way. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think he had the best of a footwork. And I think if I was to fight him, I would use the whole entire fight just my feet, just keep moving on and break his circle, just keep moving in different directions because he was only comfortable moving in one.
Keyshawn, I got a few questions from the people. Before I go to that, I would like to ask you, man, what is your ideal scenario. I'm hoping that you're a boxing fan as well as a boxer, and you know enough about the sport to know what direction you would like to go in. Are you a Vito Milelecki type of guy going with PBC? I see you on your Instagram with Shakur. Would you end up with a top rank? What have you learned over the years being in boxing that has taught you or is going to guide you to make that decision on which promoter to go with?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think the best promotion that can build a guy up is, of course, Top Rank. Just the history of Top Rank speaks for itself, PBC, honestly, I feel like PBC is like more of my flavor. It just got more of like my style. I wouldn't say style type of fighters, but like I can see myself just in that group of PBC guys. Not saying I go with them because the best deal, that's who I'm gonna go with. But I can just see myself in that group of guys over there in PBC. I feel like they got great promotion over there. The Super Bowl was held on Fox, PBC, whatever. Yeah, I just feel like the promotion is also great on that side as well as Top Rank. With Golden Boy, I think Golden Boy with Oscar De La Hoya, I think they biggest fan base come from Mexican fighters, so I'm not really interested in Golden Boy, but I would love to fight Golden Boy or whoever the biggest Mexican fighter is. And then Dazn. I go with Dazn too. They've been passing out big checks to these big fighters, which I know I'm not yet, but I know when I get there, or when I turn pro, I could get a big check from Dazn and be good over there with them also.
Definitely, man. I love that you are a good speaker, man. How old are you exactly?
I was 21. I just turned 21.
And how tall are you? Because you seem tall. I'm looking at the picture of you and Wilder, and you don't seem too short next to Wilder.
Yeah, I'm actually a big 130, 135, but I'm about 5'8".
Okay. And I seen your Instagram also, and you said, you asked your fans, who should you fight at 135 if you turn pro? Who do you got your eyes on?
Well, honestly, when I did post that, everybody kept saying Tank. Like, immediately everybody was saying Tank. I was thinking people was going to say Telefimo, but everybody immediately said Tank and stuff like that. But honestly, 135 is so packed. It don't really matter who I fight, whether it's Devin Haney, Tank, Ryan Garcia, Telefimo, Lomachenko, because I definitely want to fight him. But when it comes out of them, I know I'm going to fight them eventually. It's just a matter of time whenever I make this decision, whether it's this year or next year. I feel like there's no time.
So I see that you gotten some work with Shakur. What other pros can you let us know that you've, your iron has been sharpened with?
Terrence Crawford. I got a chance to spar against basically the whole Olympic team of 2016. Clarissa Shields also. I got to spar against Tank when I was 16 years old. I got to spar with the gold medalist from, I think he's from Uzbekistan. Back in 2016, he won in the 141 division. He signed with Top Rank right now. I got to spar. That's all I can think of right now, honestly. I got to spar with Telefimo. That was some good work. Shout out Telefimo. I respect his game.
All right, so we got a couple questions from the people. We're going to let you go. George Foster in the UK says, how did you see the Wilder Fury trilogy playing out?
Man, honestly, I was completely wrong about the last fight. But the third fight, I just see Tyson Fury beating him again, easily. Hopefully, Deontay don't go out like he did like last time, though.
We got JD in Texas says, who's the fighter you look up to today, all-time favorite?
Man, my all-time favorite is Muhammad Ali. Man, coming up in this game, I want to be looked at like a Muhammad Ali. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? He's most definitely my favorite to this day, and he's a guy that I always go on YouTube and watch whatever fighting, whatever fighter I watch at the moment, I always would stop and go watch Muhammad Ali before I get off. So Muhammad Ali for sure.
Intrigued, the Incredible in Atlanta says, who do you believe will have more of a distinguished career at welterweight when it's all said and done between the following upcoming prospects? Jerron Boots Ennis, Brandon Lee, or Virgil Ortiz?
I got Boots Ennis from Philly.
All right. We got J-Mac in New Orleans says, what's up, champ? Bud versus Spence. Who you got?
Got both of those, my man. But just off boxing, I got Terrence. Now, I will say this. Terrence is small. He's just moving up. And I honestly don't think he has the best of defense. I think we see that last fight. So it will be a hell of a fight. It will be another Sean Porter and Errol Spence fight. It's not going to be no easy boxing lesson. But just the tip of the iceberg, I got Terrence Crawford getting it.
Champ, since you brought up that last fight, I always ask the fighters, did they think that was a knockdown? What did you think?
Oh, that was definitely a knockdown. That was definitely a knockdown. You talking about Errol Spence and Sean Porter, right?
No, yeah. I'm talking about Velasquez and Terrence Crawford.
Oh, yes, sir. Terrence was hurt. Yes, sir. Terrence was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right. We got Victor. He says, would you rather have Floyd's defense or Deontay Wilder's power? That's a great question. I ain't never think of that.
That is a good question.
Well, not to be cocky or nothing like that, but I feel like it's always good developing and stuff like that. But I feel like I got good defense already, especially being an amateur. I feel like I have great defense, so I would love Deontay Wilder's power.
Yeah,
the equalizer, baby.
We got Big Casual. Big Casual that says, good luck in the Olympics. Hope you come back with the gold. What big name boxer you can see yourself fighting in the future once you're established yourself as a title contender?
Teofimo, Tank, Lomachenko.
You want all the big names.
Teofimo.
I love it.
Yeah, hell yeah, why not? I mean, y'all gotta realize also though. See, this is what y'all forgetting about. See, people like Teofimo, Tank, y'all gotta realize some guys is knowing like them guys basically just went pro before me. They could have been in the same Olympic run as me. Them guys are not that much older than me. Understand what I'm saying? I just got left behind. Not really left behind, but I just got in the back burner in amateurs. Like Teofimo, I've been seeing him since like 14 years old. He fought my bigger brother back in the amateurs twice and stuff like that. So these big name guys, yeah, they big names, but they Teofimo from back in the day. Understand what I'm saying? So the only guy I would say, like honestly, like a big tough name right now is Lomachenko. That's the like only guy I would say like, yeah, I respect him. Like, for sure.
I know you asked Shakur how his sparring with Lomachenko went.
Say it again.
I said, I'm hoping or assuming that you asked Shakur how his sparring went with Lomachenko, because you know he sparred Lomachenko.
You know I was there.
So you got some work too? So you got some work too?
This was back when I was like 17. Well, wasn't even on Team USA yet. This one, when I told you I sparred the gold medalist 141 back in 2016 from Uzbekistan or something like that. That was the same exact time he sparred Lomachenko. So I sparred the gold medalist, and then right after he sparred Lomachenko. So it was basically good work for both of us. At the time, I was probably a little premature sparring Lomachenko, but right now, for sure, I'd love to get some of that work. But when I see that work with him and Shakur, that joint was crazy. Like the first day, Lomachenko was sparring somebody before Shakur. Shakur jumped in for about like 4 rounds, and I guess like he was 19 at the time, but Shakur got out on him. Honestly, like he did his thing. So the next following sparring session, they did 12 rounds straight.
Yeah.
Lomachenko would have his other sparring partner come in or nothing. Shakur was 19 at the time, fresh out of the Olympics. He did 12 rounds straight with Lomachenko. And then every single sparring match after that, Lomachenko was the sparring, nobody else but Shakur. And this was for the Rigondeaux fight.
Oh, Southpaw.
Yeah, he told us, man. He told us that he impressed him that first time, and then he did 12 straight, man. That's impressive. Listen,
Yeah, for real.
that is, man. I got some more for you though. I got Tyrone Winston says, does the postponement of the Olympics have a positive or negative effect on you, considering how hard you've trained for this moment?
Honestly, I think I was looking at the negative side more than the positive side at first. But now that I sit back and look at it as for a bigger picture, I think it's gonna be nothing but positive because now that it's postponed and stuff like that, instead of me just like going to the Olympics and getting out of the Olympics and then going pro with a big fan base off the Olympics, I feel like now I can work on that fan base even more, do a lot of stuff in my community leading up to the Olympics, have that fan base going into the Olympics, and then coming out even bigger off the Olympics and going pro. So I just feel like the promotion the next year is going to be a lot more better than what I did this year leading up to it.
Sound like you're going to wait that next year because they said July 2021, not 2020.
I ain't say that.
All right.
He try to leak something.
Hey, man, I got to get what I can get, man. We got Carlito in the UK. Carlito in the UK says, can't wait to see you get that Matchroom contract like Devin Haney so we can see you box in London. AJ Wilder, who you got?
AJ Wilder, who I got? I have Wilder for sure. I feel like you're going to knock him up. I still feel like Wilder got it.
Damn, so Styles definitely make fights because you just sounded like you wasn't believing in Wilder at all for Fury, but now you're like 100% confident in Wilder versus AJ.
Yes, sir. I feel like Tyson can box better than AJ. Like, when we see when we see AJ box, what's his name, Ruiz, the second fight, yeah, he did a good job, but it wasn't nothing spectacular. It was something any boxer could have done in that ring, honestly. Let's be real. And this is boxing to boxing. And honestly, I love AJ as a fighter. Like, he support me. He posts me on Instagram and everything. But boxing to boxing, I feel like Tyson Fury have better boxing ability than AJ does, honestly.
Yes, sir.
And plus, the size difference is crazy. Like, isn't Deontay Wilder bigger than AJ?
In height, yes. Not
right.
in weight.
And
not in weight.
That's gonna play a factor because everybody was saying, the weight wasn't gonna play a factor against Deontay Wilder and Tyson. I was saying the same thing, and look what happened. It did. Tyson Fury was using his body on Deontay Wilder. Every time he got in close, he was leaning on him and all that stuff. It was like a whole other costume on him once he started fighting. He blamed it on the costume, but shoot, I think the weight of Tyson Fury was part of the problem too.
Definitely right.
Definitely agree. It could have played a huge part. Listen, Keyshawn, thank you so much for taking out the time to come on the program. Just give us a little update on everything that is you. We're going to be definitely paying attention to your Instagram so that we can find out what your decision is on whether you're going to stick around for the Olympics or turn pro. Once again, we do appreciate your time. If you can, please give out any social media so anyone who isn't following you can do so. And can't wait to get you back on once you do make that announcement.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man. And my Instagram, for the ones that's up here, you can catch my announcement, my decision-making this week. Follow my Instagram. It's Business Keyshawn. And then you can also follow my Twitter, Keyshawn Davis 8.
Keyshawn, man, thank you once again for the time. We appreciate it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 Olympian Keyshawn Davis live. Once again, thank you. We're just waiting now for Trevelle Maison, a.k.a. Black Magic, to jump on the line. And he is communicating, so he should be on very shortly. But yes, very happy to have that interview. I love his style. Very happy we got to speak to him. I like his personality. He's outgoing. He's definitely going to be a character in boxing. Just the fact that, he's calling out the big names already or has them on his mind already. You can tell the type of person he is. You get these guys in the amateurs or these Olympians, right? And they'll still say like, I'm young, we're taking it one fight at a time. You hear all that. This guy, he's saying, if I could do the Lomachenko, I'm doing the Lomachenko. And that was impressive, especially the way that he phrased it, very original to use that. Because, I'm a guy that kind of uses phrases like that. I tell fighters all the time they need to do a Clubber Lane, right? And that's exactly what he's saying. If I could do a Lomachenko, so I love the way that he phrased that. Let me double check Mazon's number. But what did you guys think of Keyshawn?
That boy's turning pro. I got the scoop right here. He's turning pro. I know it. I can hear it in his voice, bro. We've been here before.
Hate to interrupt you, man. I know.
Go ahead.
But you can lead off, man. Go ahead and welcome our second guest, Travell Mazon, a.k.a. Black Magic, to the show. Mr. Mazon, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you taking out the time to talk some boxing with us. 154-pound division, definitely stacked, man. So we wanted to get you on and talk some boxing, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, my man. Just woke up, feeling my good old morning. Just gonna have me a protein shake.
Well, Travell, thank you for joining us. This is Mario Munguia. I'm going to start off by asking, the question we've been asking everybody. How is COVID-19 affecting you right now? What does it mean for, training and you're a boxer, so physicality is a big part of it. What's going on in your area?
They have really just shut down everything. The gyms, pretty much everything really. So I've really just been doing my training at home, doing a little running, a little minor sit-ups and push-ups, little home remedies that, a boxer can really do until, they say we can open up the gym again. So, I mean, it's affected me, not really, but hey, I'm still active. I'm still working out, training, and doing my thing.
Now, you're from Texas. You were born and raised in Austin, or?
I was born in Titusville, Florida, but I was raised in Austin, Texas.
Got it. And that's where you are now, training?
No, right now I train out in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Got it. And what's your trainer's name?
That's where I train now. Ozell Nelson.
Okay. So, as far as
hold on. I gotta jump in because I don't know when we'll get another opportunity to get back on trainers, man. Because the way I got hip to you was obviously through your former trainer, or correct me if I'm wrong. You had some sort of affiliation or connection to Ann Wolf, correct? The former trainer of James Kirkland.
Yes. That was my first boxing trainer ever. I was with her for about 12 years.
Wow, 12 years. Why'd you guys part ways? What happened?
It was mainly just personal and business reasons. She wasn't treating me right. She wasn't treating my family right. She wasn't handling my boxing situation right. So at that point, I just had to, move on from that. She did a lot of foul things that was that's like heartbreaking. And you thought that a person would never do to you, and they end up doing it, and it's like, wow. So yeah, we just had to part ways. I forgive, but I never forget.
That's very unfortunate to hear, man, because, again, I was put on to you by her. She always spoke highly of you. And what resonated for me, or what was synonymous with her was her training methods. Is that something that you miss? Or now, moving forward in your career with your new trainer, do you realize maybe that she was overdoing it? Because there was always that stigma that maybe she was overworking you and Kirkland over there.
Yeah, I always felt the overworking part. She did. I can tell you this, that she will always push you to your limit. She definitely knows how to get you in shape for a fight. And getting in shape is spot on. You go to her and she gonna get you in shape. But I think that she overdoes it at the point where it gets time closer to the fight, because you'll be so drained and tired, and you're gonna be all fatigued. So yeah, man, her training was very intense. I'll tell you that.
How did you end up with your new trainer? Because again, from what I remember, you kind of got to Golden Boy with her. So I guess for me on the outside looking in, you were already a heavily touted prospect. So I'm assuming you could have trained with anyone. So why him, and how this particular person?
My manager, matter of fact, how I met my manager through, he contacted me deeply through Facebook, and he told me about this trainer here in Little Rock, Arkansas, that he used to train Jermaine Taylor. That's Jermaine Taylor's old coach, and I was like, okay. So they got me a flight to come out there from Austin, Texas, to Little Rock. I flew out here to meet him, and ever since I met him, man, shoot, the guy has been phenomenal, man. He teaches me the basic common sense of boxing. I say damn near he'll teach you. He'll definitely teach you how to become a world champion. I definitely can tell you that. That man is very nice when it comes to boxing. Period. He's so smart to the game.
Triple, how you doing? This is Alex with the Boxing Voice. Just wanted to get a little, I guess, backstory on your boxing career. How was your amateur career, and if did you have an extensive one, and how long before you made that change to pro?
My amateur career was pretty small, but it was pretty long. I started my first amateur fight was like at 6 or 7. I can't really remember, but
early.
Yeah, I had my first fight around that time. Early, yeah, it was very early, and then it just kept going. We had fights here and there throughout the years, and my last I say year and a half was my most busiest year in the amateurs. I went to the LBC championships. I won that. I went to the state Golden Gloves. I won the first round, but lost in the semifinals to George Rincon. Then I had the PALs. I won the PALs, and that really just got my record up to 75, but the max about 75 fights. So my amateur career was pretty decent. It was a long process, but it was very decent.
And when you made the transition to pros, how difficult was that for you, or was there a preparation, a time that you took before you made that transition?
It was a pretty quick transition, because I had won the LBC state championship, and I was supposed to fight for the nationals up in Spokane, Washington. But Ann Wolf decided that I should have went pro. So at the age of 17, we just basically managed to switch from pros to amateur, and that's where I saw my first contract.
True.
Man, it wasn't as hard as I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you had cut out.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a hard.
Yeah, it was a pretty smooth transition. I was really looking forward to going to the nationals, but it was a smooth sailing. I could not about that. It was smooth sailing.
Now, Travell, let me ask you, you got some decent names on your resume so far. Daquan Arnett, definitely a guy we know here at the Boxing Voice, know how talented he is. Just incredible athlete. Fernando Castaneda, who's been in the ring with a lot of guys. You're 17-0 with 13 KOs, but how many more fights do you think until you take that next level up, in your career? I
hope it's really soon. I mean, I'm ready for the step up. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for 18 years already.
Keyshawn Davis, who is an Olympian hopeful, and he's looking to maybe turn pro. And he broke down the way he sees the, I guess, promoter pool. And he said that he believes that he wouldn't want to sign with Golden Boy because they promote mostly Mexican fighters. And he didn't say like they don't know how to promote black fighters or anything like that. But he just said that, they promote Mexican fighters. So he doesn't think that that's a good fit for him. What would you say in response to that if you were going to give him advice on why to sign with Golden Boy or what they can do for his career? And I'm not asking you to pitch Golden Boy to him. I'm just saying, where is he misguided in that statement?
I believe that, for a start off, I believe Golden Boy would, at least start him off, correct. How a boxer's supposed to start their career. A few fights here and there, to get your name out there. I believe Golden Boy would be a good start. That'll be perfect for him. I can agree of what he says about the Mexican fighters and stuff like that, but there is times where Golden Boy do promote, and they will show you the love that that you deserve, and where your name should be. So I believe that for a start off, if he wants to turn pro, I believe Golden Boy would be a good thing for him, so that people will know his name, and that way he can work off of that. Maybe become independent. Get your own promotions. Build up your career. Good way to build up his career is with Golden Boy, I say.
So, Mr. Dazn, you're 24. 17-0. Your division is hot right now, man. What sort of fight are you looking to get in? Give me your next 3 fights. COVID-19 really slowed us up, so if you could have your wish, Oscar and Eric sat you down and said, listen, man, Black Magic, what do you want? Because we're going to make the magic happen. What's the 3 fighters you want?
Yeah. Let's see. The first guy I wanted was Patrick
Teixeira?
Yeah, there we go. That guy. It's so crazy because they offered me to fight this guy. About a year ago. And this dude turned me down. He said an automatic no. But then I wake up one morning and I see that he is the new WBO champ. And I'm like, wow, well, they called me for this guy and he turned me down, but yet he has a title. Like I've been calling out Jaime Munguia for this same title, and no one wanted to respond to it. No one responded, so I was like, oh, okay. So Patrick is definitely on my radar, and then Patrick, I can go to Charlo's, what is it? Julian Williams, J-Rock, that has the titles now. I'll fight him as well.
J-Rock lost the belt to
I don't like
Jason Rosario, the Dominican, the banana.
Yeah. Oh, you are right about that. See, now that guy, I would fight him as well. I would, I wouldn't turn down anything that they would throw at me because, like I said, I'm coming for that title. I have one, and it's time to come for another one.
So basically, you feel like your next fight should be a title shot because you didn't mention any sort of in-between fight.
No, I'm still ready. I believe I'm at my prime right now, I believe that I know the moves and the outcomes of boxing to win. I've been doing it for so long. The boxing experience that I've just been getting is phenomenal.
Now you added that S.
Super phenomenal.
You added that S like Superman at the end of Charlo. You talking about moving up to 62 if the opportunity was there? You want either man as long as it's a belt?
That could be a possibility. but I want to make my well known weight at 154. I want to make everything known. I want to win that title at 54. Now, once I win the WBC at 154, then we'll think about going up to 160. We'll think about that. We'll negotiate something with that. But until then, I want to make my market known at 154.
Let me say some names. You just could tell me. Yeah, I'll fight him. Jason Rosario, who is the IBF WBA champ, right? You want that?
I'll fight him.
What about Michael Soro? He is a guy that his biggest win is Brian. Actually, he lost to Brian Castellano. But his biggest win that I remember is Antoine Douglas, Glenn Tapia. Probably not ringing bells in your head right now,
huh? Gabriel Rosario, I think I heard. I heard that name before. I think when he fought Yeah. I don't mind fighting none of those guys. I don't mind fighting none of them.
What about Cordell Booker?
But to me,
because you're like ranked 68. Cordell's like 26. I'm trying to move you up those rankings. I'm giving you names ahead of you.
Yeah. Like I said, any one of them that I'll fight every one of them, dude. I don't mind at all. I say, shoot, I'm gonna give you the best boxing fight of your life. Boxing is what I love to do. So those names, I don't mind fighting them at all, man. Any name that's above me, I don't care if it goes to Erickson, Lubin, anybody. You know, I'm not afraid to fight anyone. Anyone that throw me, I'll take.
I love that attitude, man. I can't wait to see what happens for you towards the end of this year. Look, if my co-hosts don't have anything, I still have a few more from the public. Oh, you do? No? Okay. George Foster, UK says, what's more important to you, the money or the legacy?
The legacy. The legacy is what's more important. You know, you got to keep a legacy going in this type of sport. Most people do it because it does. You know, boxers do make a lot of money, but they don't ever really think about the legacy of how it just keeps going. I want to keep that legacy going in boxing. So people say that I resemble Thomas Hearns. Well, let's keep that legacy going.
Definitely do, man. You're 6'2", 75-inch reach. That's good, man. How much does that really help you in the ring? I mean, I know it's
it helps a lot.
Yeah.
It does help a lot.
Have you tailored your style? You know, revolving around those natural attributes that you got.
Oh yeah. That's what we work on now. Just that natural ability of working with my style, and it's so crazy how just my style has changed in the past couple of years, just from transitioning to, you know, how Ann Wolf taught me to now how Ozell Nelson is teaching me, and it's like, wow, I see the difference.
Cool, man. Yeah, man. Use that God-given talent and attributes that you got, man. 6'2" is pretty tall. But Ness, you go ahead if you have any more from the people.
Yeah, we got Israel in Oklahoma says, thanks for coming on the Boxing Voice. Did you get to see Franchon Cruz after one of the craziest fights this year? How was that experience live? Good luck moving forward. Hopefully you'll be in the ring soon. Were you live at the Franchon Cruz Alejandra Jimenez fight?
I was not there live. I wish I could have been, but from what I heard, that was an amazing fight right there. I heard that was a pretty good fight. I really didn't get to catch some of it, but I saw previews, and it was a pretty nice fight. I can vouch for that. It was very nice. Let's see. Yeah, I really didn't get to catch most of it, but I did catch some previews.
All right. We got Jemmy in Delaware that says, what's your opinion on fighters saying or doing crazy things outside the ring to get people's attention instead of just displaying their skills inside the ring?
Oh, yeah, man. I believe it's crazy how, they go out their way to, process their, what they do. Me, I let my boxing do the talking, my boxing will talk, and outside the ring, you know, my boxing still does the talking. You know, I like to put it in perspective of everything with life in general. Boxing, you gotta be professional. It's professional boxing, so you gotta be professional with it outside the ring, just like you are inside. You gotta be outside the ring, professional, very nice and humbling, and that's exactly how I am outside the ring. Very natural and humble.
We got Big Casual says there has been a lot of upsets in the 154-pound division in the past year. Do you feel like you are ready to pull an upset off of your own against one of the title holders once boxing is back, especially a young Banana Rosario? But you've already answered that unless you want to add anything else. All right.
Yeah, man. I would, like I said, I would love to put in anybody in my way. You know, I'm not afraid of anybody. So whoever they throw at me, hey, it's ground time.
Victor says, how many pay-per-views do you believe a fight between Charlo and Andre does? So that's Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade.
So how many pay-per-views?
Yeah, how many pay-per-view buys do you think they get?
That'll be kind of hard. I think they'll get quite a few. I mean, because you know the 54 division is stacked. So I mean, a lot of people like to watch that division, and I really believe it'll be quite a few. I think it'll probably be at least a good million that'll probably tune in. Good million, maybe two.
Intrigued the Incredible in Atlanta says, who do you think would win in a fight between these two upcoming welterweight prospects, Jerron Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz?
Virgil Ortiz, my man. Shout out to the Texas guy. I gotta get my boy Virgil Ortiz on that one, man. That one's gonna be a good fight. I can tell you that right now, but I gotta stick to my man Virgil Ortiz. That's like my bro right there. We talk every other day.
We got J-Mac in the New Orleans says, what up, champ? Bud versus Spence, who you got and why?
Who again? I know he said Spencer. Earl Spence.
Bud Crawford and Earl Spence.
Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one right there, man. I don't know, man. I gotta go. I don't know that I gotta go with both of them on that one. I mean, I love T. Crawford. I met him at a Lakers game, and shoot, man, Bud is freaking crazy. That dude is a pure boxer. But Earl, oh man, that when he comes with that power and that pressure, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one to choose out of that two.
All right, last one.
That one's tough.
Last one, champ, right there from, I believe JD in Texas is from Houston. He says, have you ever sparred Eric Walker? If not, would you like a matchup versus him?
I've never sparred against that guy, but hey, if he's at 154, bring him my way. I would definitely step in the ring with him.
You never watched the Contender, the newest Contender? That's who he's talking about. He was on the Contender series. He lost to Brandon Adams in the finals, I believe, or the semifinals. But Mr. Black Magic, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you coming on, talking a little bit of boxing with us. If you can, please give out any social media you want the world to follow you on. If they haven't been following you, they can do so. And once again, thank you for your time.
Oh, man, thank you guys for even giving me the chance to be on the show, man. I really appreciate that. If you guys want to ever follow me on anything, you can guys go to my Instagram. My Instagram is black_magic92. Again, that is the word black, the underscore magic92. You can find me on Snapchat. I'm always posting little Snapchat videos. My Snapchat is tmazon92. TMAZION92. And my Facebook is Travell Mazon. You guys search me up on there, and I'm always on my lives and, posting videos and stuff like that. So you guys stay in tune because you'll see you might have a new world champion in your hands pretty soon.
Well, Mr. Dazn, man, we appreciate it, and we definitely want to continue to follow your career and be right there when you get that world title, have you come back on the program, do the victory lap. But we also want to get you back as soon as you get anything to announce once COVID-19 frees us up from these confines. But we do appreciate you once again for coming on the show. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up-and-coming contender, prospect contender, Travell Dazn, looking for a title shot, guys. I was not expecting that. Fresher breath air there, you know. A guy that's saying that he wants Banana, he wants Jermell, you know, he wants he even said Patrick Teixeira, who he's a bit of a sleeper, right? Like, I didn't think anybody would be jumping at the shot to fight Teixeira, especially after he gave that Mario's new word. Everybody take a shot. Hellacious beating to Carlos Adames.
Yo, he's definitely confident. He's definitely confident. I think he's very confident in his position right now, where he is mentally, and just going back to his attributes, man. He's a tall guy, lengthy, and from what I got right now, when I asked him that question, if his style was being tailored to his natural attributes, looks like that's what what was the trainer's name? Ozo? Forgot the name. But his new trainer, it looks like he's doing the right thing. And that's very important, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's what I'm always talking about as of lately. You know, you got to mesh in the old school training with the new school. And you know, you can't just beat the horse and train and you got to know what you're doing. You got to know about sodium levels. You got to know about a lot of things in order to give your fighter the best shot. And you know, maybe this transition is giving him more confidence too into going into these fights where they could be 12-round fights for a championship fight, you know.
Well, Teixeira is definitely the sleeper pick in all of that, in all the names mentioned. But look, you know, there are some difficulties in making certain fights on this list. But the good thing is he has options, you know, and some of these options need options. So, you know, there's no reason why he can't get a top fight here the next year and a half. Well, I mean, I'm saying year and a half since when boxing resumes. So if it's like at the end, you know, if it's in December, start it in December. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, look, he seems confident. He seems ready. And I expected to hear something else from him today, you know, doing notes and just because, and not because I don't think he's ready. I mean, just more based on his progression, you know, because he has some decent names under his resume. Like he's got some names that have been in there and have tested fighters, you know, that they don't have big wins per se, but guys like Daquan Arnett, who is an incredible talent, you know, it doesn't matter who he's beaten. That guy's physically gifted. You know, he's had a hard luck career too. But for Fernando Castaneda, another guy who's been in there tough with a lot of people, and he KO'd that guy in the first round. So you know, he's making his way, and for him to say that he's ready to make that epic leap, yo, more power to him.
Well, that's the ultimate goal, right? I like Travell mentioning Ann Wolf as a hard worker because, you know, we spoke about overworking, right? Yeah. How it could do bad for you during a fight. We don't know if Wilder went through that, but yeah, I like how he mentioned Ann Wolf and parting ways with her. It seems like, I mean, she's real militant.
You mean you like how Ness brought that out the interview? Because I brought that up. I brought that up.
You brought it out, but he spoke on it. I mean, yeah, he spoke on it.
That's actually where I was taking it because I wrote it down when you said it. So I was going to steal your question.
Yo, so listen, based on the posts for Tuesday, for Film Study Tuesday, we got a like a 3 or 4-way tie.
Break it right now.
How does that work?
We got 3 votes for Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Gennady Golovkin.
Love it.
We got 3.
And it's on DAZN.
We got 3 votes for Salvador Sanchez versus Azuma Nelson.
Wow, taking it back.
And
that's a random fight.
And then instead of 3 votes, we got physically 3 Patreons, right? Because what I mean by votes is, let's say, well, actually, wow, wait a minute. Maybe does that get the win? Because Steve from Chicago posted Sergey Derevyanchenko and Triple G. 3 people hearted it. But then Then Herman Villa posted Salvador Sanchez versus Azuma Nelson, and 3 people hearted it. So then we got 3 separate entries from Sonny Woods, Steven, and one other guy. There it goes. Scott, the Christian fight fan, from Mayweather Castillo.
Mayweather Castillo.
But,
Okay,
and those don't have any hearts.
Those
would be extra votes.
And if the 3 ties,
Mayweather Castillo on Sonny Woods' post has 2 hearts.
So are the same people? Bro. Are the same hearters? Are the same people posting the same heart on those 2 fights?
I'm sure you can heart your own. I'm sure you can heart your own, but yeah, we got to take it into consideration. And we also got another way. If we keeping it at 3 votes, right? If we counting just the hearts, well, Israel Weber said anyone but Canelo, and he got 3 hearts on that. So we got to decide from one of those 4 or 5 right there.
I'm saying
you can't heart things 2 times and then it counts as your vote. I don't think so, man.
I don't know. I don't know if the person who wrote it can actually heart it.
Just bringing a perspective, like, yo, yeah, is that fair to
say?
Count.
Everybody can do it. You know what I'm saying?
We only got 1, 2 Wilder Fury suggestions. Let me see.
So I listen. If it was up to me, like if I was just making the decision, I would say Triple G Derevchenko because it's on DAZN and it's a better quality stream. I mean, at the same time, we all had problems last week too. You know what I mean? Getting a super
also that one energized the room the most when they named Triple G and Derevchenko. I was like,
I like the Mayweather.
Exactly. I haven't watched Castillo Mayweather in forever.
Yeah.
I find that though.
I feel like I'm watching it again for the first time. That's how long.
And if I'm being honest, I'll bet that the YouTube stream, when it all comes down to it, won't be as bad as we think it'll be because DAZN had some issues streaming for me, and I know Ness too the other day. So you never know what the quality's gonna be like anyway.
I missed this one, and whether whether we thinking hearts or counting the person that posted it as 1 plus the 3 hearts. This one is still in the runnings on a 3-way tie or a 4-way tie in terms of amount of votes. And it's actually very interesting. Maybe we can make an executive decision and just pick amongst what they're tied, they're split on. Jordan Baker from Florida says, Luis Resto versus Billy Collins. Let's watch the cheating gloves that gave Collins a bad brain injury. The fight was pretty good too. Both men nonstop throwing, and it will be a good to watch to see if you notice the gloves being tampered with.
Nah, but I don't think we're gonna get a chance to see the gloves being loaded. Like that shit happens in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man. The interest of the fight, it's a historic fight, and it's a dirty history, obviously. But the fight was okay. I remember seeing that fight. I just kept seeing Colin just keep swelling up. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to see it either, bro. Like
that's too graphic for y'all.
If we had to pick one of them, but yeah, it's. I mean, it's like honestly, it's like watching the slowest train hit a human being. Like that's what it would mean to me. Like it's
I say we go Triple G or the Mayweather. Those 2.
They had They had something else, right, Ness?
Salvador Sanchez got a lot of votes versus Azuma Nelson, and I never watched that, so I'm open as long as we can find a good link.
Yeah, Zuma, that was a good fight too.
Here's some others that were mentioned, but they're not even honorable. Well, actually, honorable mention with 2 votes plus the poster, Andy Ruiz versus Joseph Parker. But we already did that on Patreon. It's there. Just Denny Ramirez. All you got to do is use the tag Film Study Tuesday, and you'll find that one. We actually did that before the AJ1 fight. But they also put here Canelo versus Cotto, Danny versus Porter. What else we got? Mayweather versus Castillo, James Toney versus Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones versus Tarver, Israel Vasquez versus Rafa. I watched all of those too. Versus Rafael Vasquez 1, 2, and 3. That got 2 votes plus the poster. Christian Camillo, what up, man? Damn, man, my man been rocking out with us forever.
Word.
He said Carlos Corrales versus Castillo won. Foreman Holyfield was mentioned. Pat Thurman got 2 votes plus the poster. You better not
Pat
duck
Thurman
me.
is dope.
Yeah, Pat Thurman, bro. The #1 welterweight. The first welterweight to unify amongst the young crop of welterweights. You know what I mean? Let me see. We got Spence versus Porter. We got Thurman versus Pac. Oh, shit. So that means Pac versus Porter. Pac versus Thurman actually got 4 votes. Intrigue, Tracy, plus the 2 thumbs up on Tracy's and the 1 thumbs up on Intrigues. The people might want Pac versus Thurman more than anything.
Wow.
But Kali Fire says Trinidad versus De La Hoya. That got 2 thumbs up. Donaire versus Inoue, 1 thumbs up. Floyd Maidana. Ooh. Pac Bradley won. I like that fight. I watched that shit more than once too. Ward Kovalev won. That's Dennis in Florida, and he got 2 thumbs up. Coach Mitty came out with the Sergio Maravilla Martinez versus Martin Murray, that rainy night where they say that Martin Murray was robbed. And then
had to be Coach Mitty on that.
Wait, what they say? Martin Murray was what?
He was robbed, champ. He was robbed.
robbed.
They say. We got Info Joe that recommends Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez. And then he says 1 or 2. And we got Real Najatik there. Quick shout out to Real Najatik rocking out with us for a long time as well. And 2-time judge or 3-time judge. We appreciate you always coming to Border Wars. She says Layla Ali versus Jacqui Frazier Lydell or Lyde. Or Amanda Serrano versus Eva Vorberger. Oh, man, come on. Vorberger. I don't know. Sounds Russian. Coach Mitty just put a bunch of laughing emojis. Damn, let's see who replied there. He said, you could have at least said Perdsoon versus Taylor. Big Supermax, the mastermind, says Diaz. I know he ain't talking about Baby Bull versus Malignaggi one. Wow.
Yeah, he is.
And then Franks with an X says Eubank versus Ben 2. Overall, 500 million people watched this fight live. Ben, who relied too heavy on his knockout right hand, learned a lot after losing the first fight. Wilder could learn a lot from Ben's development between the 2 fights. And he put the YouTube link, and it got 2 thumbs up plus the poster. So he's kind of might be in the running too. So what we kind of publicized the post, right? So now you guys can be like, oh, and influence the voting, which it looks like they did. I just clicked it, and we got Trey in the Bay says, I'm with Israel, no Canelo. Oh, man, so she just wanted to say that. They hating on the Canelo, man. You know, that's the thing. Canelo got that library. He's done stuff. You know, Bud is such a great fighter. I'm gonna go ahead and be the antagonist again. I gotta spark up the Bud listeners. Bud is such a great fighter. Ain't nobody recommend one of his fights, not even his own fans.
Damn.
They on Patreon. They ain't recommend not one fight.
Salvador,
because we talking classic shit, not just shit. Ness, why you so mean? Why you so mean? Yo, Bud, it's not against you, man. I gotta get at your fans. Your fans, they so fucking crazy, bro, that I gotta get at you. Not you, but your fans, bro. So that's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking at Salvador and Azuma Nelson. They got a good
link. The link is good.
Yeah, Boxing Legends got a good link on it.
For which one?
Salvador versus Zuma. Yeah, and I mean, this is the best quality we're gonna get anyway.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop you dead sentence. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Champ, go ahead. Enrique was gonna hit the tractor trailer right over me right now.
He was gonna hit you with the scissor hands. What up, Enrique?
Nah. I'm watching the Klitschko versus Tyson Fury fight just because
you want to go to sleep. Just because you want to go to sleep, you need that 12 o'clock nap.
I'm watching the highlights, but
you looking for the 12 o'clock nap?
Yeah. One thing that we slept on, or at least I did, was Tyson Fury got speed, man. From the outside looking in, we probably don't recognize that.
Bro, we always knew that, man. Nesta Gibbs always said on this show that was Wilder's toughest fight. I always said that shit before the first fight. And that's why I bet a draw on the first fight. Like, I always said that was his toughest fight. Always said that shit, bro. But I really always thought he was going to win, though. I really did. I always thought it was going to be tough. I thought it was going to play out exactly like the first fight, except not get up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, losing, but boom, power brings you back, and my man is dead. But this dude didn't die. This fucker didn't die.
No, same. I thought we was gonna get a knockout from Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, we fans, right? So let me go ahead and open up these phone lines and get out to the callers. So you already know.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Really quick, just want to remind everyone that we are actually talking Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and the third fight odds, Fury opening up a huge favorite at a -420, while Wilder is a +270. So what that means is you have to bet $420 on Fury just to make 100. And if you bet 100 on Wilder, you bring back home $370. You know, obviously you get your 100 back. So,
and if you want to, vote on one of the fights we've already mentioned for Scorecard Tuesday, just to put your 2 cents in.
Yeah, just drop that, recommendation and or heart up on the post. I'm actually gonna go ahead and share that on the live chat and also tweet it out. What other little tidbits? I want to remind you guys, obviously, that. To go ahead and give your vote on what we should watch tonight, is it? Yeah, at 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's tonight.
So we need an answer quickly because I would love to have that scheduled before, so we could just wait for 7 o'clock to come and rock out. We had Keyshawn Davis, Olympian. We had Travell Maison, Golden Boy, 154-pounder. And we're talking Wilder Fury odds. There we go. Let's open up this phone lines. Really quick, though. This show is sponsored by... man. See, I always drop the ball. I needed to find my Canelo intro. Oh, here it goes.
Sky's the limit, baby. Boxingvoice.com. We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last one.
Ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes. Yo, esta es la era de Canelo, ¿oíste? La era de Canelo, porque la mejor era, all right? The best era is the Canelo era. Floyd never fought the tough names you wanted him to fight. He just gave you some tough fights. Think about that. He never fought the tough names you wanted him to fight. He just gave you some tough fights. Canelo fights all the fucking bullies. All of them.
Damn, bro, how things change.
You just spark something in my mind.
Spark, because that's what I do. Everything I say is thought-provoking.
Floyd did give us some great ass Saturdays back to back, like for 5 straight years. But he should have, if Canelo would have done it, right? He should have fought Triple G.
Damn, I can't say that. He did fight Canelo, but people say that was early. But you're right. I kind of wished he could have fought Triple G. I feel like he was so skilled. There was no way Triple G could beat him. Plus, with Triple G willing to come down to 54, I was just like, you could do it, champ. I believed in Floyd. Never, it was never like with Canelo and Triple G and, other people got to make me a believer. Like, I just automatically would, like, when you watched Floyd, you just automatically seen that shit. Like, and he was just levels.
Too, he gave us Cotto.
Nah, but Pacquiao did it first. And that was the issue, right? Like, Pacquiao was running through the dudes that Floyd should have fought first. Like, You know what I mean? How'd it go? Did Pacquiao fight Mosley second or first? I know he fought Cotto first. And he fought Margarito first. And who else he fought first? Not Oscar, because Floyd fought Oscar first. Moved up to 54 for that. Floyd fought... I gotta pull up the resume.
Fought Hatton first.
He fought Hatton first? Really? Oh, okay.
I'm sure
positive.
Pacquiao didn't fight Hatton first.
I know they was going back and forth. That's what made that fight so great, because they was fighting each other opponents. And that's
I think Pacquiao was fighting all the leftovers. That's what the phrase that was used.
Sometimes, not all the times.
Majority of the time.
All right, and I was gonna say maybe majority if we go into paper to pen or black and white, because I do remember those phrases being thrown out there. But Pacquiao resume, bro. Pacquiao fought Thurman. Motherfucking Floyd vacated his belt for Thurman. You know what I mean? Pacquiao fought Pacquiao resume is legendary. Listen, Floyd is TBE, but he was always strategic. Pacquiao, listen to this resume, bruh. Keith Thurman. Present day, Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, Lucas Matisse, Jeff Horn, Jesse Vargas, Timothy Bradley, Floyd Mayweather, Chris Algieri, Timothy Bradley, Brandon Rios, Juan Manuel Lopez, Timothy Bradley, Juan Manuel Lopez, Shane Mosley, Antonio Margarito, Joshua Quaddy, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, Oscar De La Hoya, David Diaz, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Barrera. Jorge Solis. Jorge Solis.
Got caught.
Got caught what?
Ness, you got caught, Ness.
Caught with what?
You got caught, bro.
What?
Shouldn't have done it.
What?
Shouldn't have done it. Listen
I'm not
to
saying
me.
wins or losses. I'm saying names,
Let me
bro.
rewind it. Let me rewind it back just a bit, homeboy.
Man, that's legendary, bro. That's legendary, bro.
Real quick.
That's
I'm lost.
That's
guys.
like 20 names in a row on the elite level.
Hold on. I'm not gonna. Hold on.
I don't even know what your argument is.
I don't want to beat a dead horse. Okay, listen. You know where I'm going. Let me take it to where it's gonna go. You said that a guy like Amir Khan on Crawford's record and a guy like Kilbrook on Crawford's record mean nothing to people other than casuals when skimming the record. Do you realize how easily you gave Manny Pacquiao credit, and he deserves the credit, for Lucas Matisse, when the narrative for that fight was that Matisse was washed up, that he was never a 147-pound fighter and the fight was at 147? That he was done before the fight had even begun, that he had overtrained, that he had a fat camp, all of those things.
Who's the natural 140 pounder? Who's the natural 140 pounder?
You don't understand. I'm congratulating you.
No, who's the natural 140 pounder? Who's the natural 140 pounder? Was it Pacquiao or was it Postal?
Matisse, yeah,
was
sure,
it
sure.
No, not Matisse. Was it Postal or was it Pacquiao?
It was Postal.
Okay then. So why wouldn't you give a dude that started his career at 105 some sort of credit the way that I did? Because I didn't say, oh, he beat multiple division champ, killer, the La Machina. I just skimmed. I even listen, my friend. Listen. You want to win an argument? I get you. Listen, I get what's going on. I get
that on same thing for Crawford when it comes to Khan and Brook. I'm just trying to help you out, bro. I'm just trying to help you out because you keep getting murdered show after show, and I'm just trying to help you out. Listen, Lucas Matisse, that narrative was so gone, and you just brushed over it like nothing. And I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. Dude. And look, in 5 years, you're gonna be the biggest Bud fan, and me and you, we're just gonna smoke to his greatness. So it's all good. I'm not hating. I'm just saying though, you proved my point. With Pacquiao just now, you said, oh, look at that. Thurman, Broner, world beater Lucas Matisse.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I mean, you went in on it, bro. You put
he added anything on it. Yo, this is hilarious.
No, I'm saying, let's go.
I love it, though. Look, the exaggeration is showing. You know what it's showing me? It's showing me your enthusiasm to get a win. You know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is in the back end, whatever little messages I get, I send them.
You're a hater, bro. Okay, I'm going to start sending the good ones then so we can balance them out.
Whatever little messages I get, I send them to the pre-pro so that we can all see where guys are like, yo, Mario fucking sucks. Mario, won't you stand on your sword, man? Like, you gotta say something. You gotta agree with everybody. Like, just stick to you. So I'm like, Mario, look, man, like, people coming for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, you need a win. So this is his win. Like, win. This is the perfect time for me to say that he's overlooking Lucas Matisse. Like, bro, we're talking about Manny Pacquiao. Bro. We're talking about a dude that started his career at 105 pounds, bro. Like,
and listen, and fuck what everybody says, because I do agree with you. Manny Pacquiao absolutely deserves credit for these guys.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes, guys. He can never start an argument without saying, I agree, but.
See, look, nobody's going to change me. Nobody's going to change me from thinking practical. That's what I've done my whole career, and that's what's got me to this point, is I've been practical. I didn't fucking, think, oh, well, this guy sucks or that guy sucks. Nah, man, I interviewed everybody and anybody. That's why I got the, guys for us and stuff like that. But listen, all I'm trying to tell you here and now is you're wrong. The W is mine because you did the same thing that I told you did. Okay. You did the same thing I told you would do.
Good.
You brushed over
Take
Lucas
that win.
Matisse like, yo, that's what a win on his career.
Take
you know
that
what
win.
you did? You know what it sounded like? It sounded the same way you would say it like on Danny Garcia's resume.
Take
and
that
I
win.
know in your mind you're thinking, yo, he beat the same Matisse that Garcia beat. That's what you were saying in your mind.
P. Diddy style.
Crawford,
Take that.
It's different though. It's different though. You put that outline in it. For all of Crawford's wins, and it's just not fair.
Yo, let me just say this. It is hilarious. I feel like Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Remember when Floyd got hit by Mosley? It's like, oh shit, because his defense is so tight that when someone cracks that code.
Hear this, man?
Y'all
hear this man right now?
They all over exaggerate the moment, right?
Where's Beef? Somebody hit the reject.
They over exaggerate the moment. So
Beef.
this is him.
Call him.
This is
you need
him.
To cut the optic fibers on this bitch.
Yo, this is him assuming he got to win here. Yo, I'm gonna go to callers, bro.
He said no. He said that he's so good, like Floyd Mayweather, that the littlest hits on him seem so big.
That's what you're doing.
Said. Y'all let him get away.
That's
with
what
that.
you're doing. Because listen, this is literally what I said. I said, yo, did y'all see Pacquiao's resume? Adrian, I said Thurman, Broner, Lucas. I didn't pause. I didn't emphasize. I just I went straight down.
Yo,
but they're desperate for a win. They're desperate for a win. He jumped on that.
I want to say something though. I want to say something. Let me talk. Hold on.
My bad. Go ahead.
Look, when you read the resume, I was bopping to it. Lucas Matisse was more like, that's okay. So, that's how I greeted it. It wasn't like, oh, okay, yeah, Lucas. I didn't make a big fuss about it. I was more like, damn, he got a lot of repeats. Like, that's why the shit was so poetic as you were spitting the names, because you would come back, it would be like Timothy Bradley, Juan Manuel. So,
because he ain't afraid of rematches, you know what I'm saying? He do them things.
I just think that putting it like that legendary the 105 and going up and up, we didn't see much of that from Floyd. We only saw, the big fight would have been against Triple G, and Canelo's doing that now. So I could see legendary.
I mean, it's asking a lot of Floyd, but I get it, man. We thought he was that talented. I always believed he could beat Triple G. I always believed it.
Nah, man.
Especially watching Jacobs have success, especially watching Canelo stand in the pocket. Yo, I definitely believe he could have beat Triple G. I mean, Gabriel Rosado moved up his first fight at 60 from 54 and gave Triple G one of the best fights that we had seen till that date. Now, he was bloody, he was battered. It's infamous, his trainer like, oh my God, he's going to kill him. But Gabe gave a good fight. It was a decent fight.
I never for a second thought that Mayweather would make a transition over to fight Gennady, man. Man, he made his mark at 147 and he stayed there. And he wasn't going nowhere up to
154 though, right?
Yeah.
He did.
He went up there for the big guy. He had to go up there for the big fight, but that's what I be telling these other fighters to do. See, Floyd, understood that he wasn't the A side, that he had to be submissive. So he fought at De La Hoya's contract. Where? At his weight. What? With his gloves. You know what I'm saying? But when he stole the show and he got the win, everybody got to fight him where he wants. And that's why Canelo fought him at 52, because that's what Floyd wanted. You know what I mean?
And pretty much Canelo's been on a trajectory.
Also, Marquez had to fight where Floyd won, even though, you know, Floyd had to pay a little extra for that. But, you know, Marquez even had to fight where Floyd won it.
Yeah, 5 different times.
Nah, and look, the way that his career, when I'm speaking about Canelo's career, has been kind of strategized is to always move up in weight. You know, he's been moving up in weight constantly. Floyd never showed that he was going to get out of there and stay in the higher weights.
Yeah, but for Floyd, it ain't about weight, Doomy, and you ain't even answer that question. Do you think he could have beaten Gennady, especially back then at that time? This is prime Gennady. We talking before Daniel Jacobs actually fought him, Gennady, because that's when Floyd was probably still active.
Yeah, you know what? Looking, if I want to use it as a comparison from what Canelo did to Triple G to what Floyd Mayweather would have done. Floyd Mayweather obviously would have outboxed him. You know what I'm saying? He would have outboxed him, and Floyd definitely has showed a chin. You know, taking shots straight in the chin and being able to recover from them. I mean, Triple G fucking hammered Canelo's head when he was on the ropes. Like, I mean, that shot's been going viral for a while now. You know what I mean? It's just boom, and he didn't do nothing. So, I think that Floyd takes shots just as good, and he takes a lot less than Canelo. So.
Defense just better, bro. And Canelo is way smoother than Triple G. And if he was like, he didn't even get touched by Canelo. Like, how the hell would fucking a high guard European touch Floyd? I just don't see it. I wish he would have done it. It's just that he was still with Showtime at the time, and he wasn't thinking the big business that's out there now. You know, I wish he wasn't old and inactive, because I think now a DAZN or someone would offer him big bucks for something like that. I mean, look, Triple G's lost his luster, though, but that was always a big fight in my mind. But let's go out to these callers.
About Triple G's return, though. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a very competitive fight.
No, it's gonna be huge.
He knows he can't win a decision.
Well, you got to get up for Canelo.
So he's gonna have to go out on his shield.
No, it's not just that. I think that he's had a time to actually adjust to the new methods and styles that they're showing him. I think that he's had a sufficient amount of time to come back and really show us, and for it to really transition into the ring. A lot of guys get a trainer after a loss, and the fight might be made too soon, and people don't get that adjustment time. You know what I'm saying? It's muscle memory, and I think he's had enough time right now that we're going to definitely see better wrinkles than what we saw in his last fight.
Real quick,
it's easy. Zerma, whatever.
Real quick, it's easy to see it, but the only chink in your argument is that it's hard to duplicate that. You know what I'm saying? In sparring, it's like training for a Manny Pacquiao fight or Floyd Mayweather fight. Everybody said, well, I brought this guy, well, I brought him in. Well, maybe he has a similar speed to Floyd, or maybe he has a similar approach to Floyd, but nobody can mimic Floyd. And right now, I'm sorry, there are 4 or 5 fighters that nobody can mimic right now, no matter how good the sparring partner is. That is Manny Pacquiao. Well, I wouldn't say Manny Pacquiao anymore, but definitely Manny Pacquiao was on that list before. Lomachenko, Canelo, Terrence Crawford. You know, those are the guys right there. Maybe Tyson Fury too. Can't duplicate their style. They're just doing something. They're doing something on a different level that we don't even comprehend yet.
I mean, duplicating is kind of crazy, right? You guys could kind of simulate, you know, or try to simulate what. It's hard to actually
emulate
in a guy. But, emulate. Sorry.
Let me get out to these callers, champs. Y'all wildin'. Y'all extended a new topic now.
My bad, brother.
I should have never brought up Floyd and Gennady. Now they want to break that down indefinitely.
That was on you, brother.
Let's go to the heavyweight.
I know good fights. I know good fights. That's why, you know, they need to hire me as a matchmaker in the future. I know good fights, but that's, again, good fights aren't always the right fight. But I think I'll be given the right options for certain fighters, man. You know,
TBV Promotions coming soon.
Yeah, man. Let's go out to Boomerang in.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all.
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from
He can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet on?
You bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo.
Good morning.
Y'all get me?
Morning.
Hey, what up?
Yeah.
I'm just coming straight at it. First of all, Floyd didn't demand Canelo come down. Canelo team said they would, and then Floyd held him to that standard for correction. Floyd didn't pull him down.
For correction, no one used the word demand.
Don't chop my call.
Ain't nobody used the word demand.
Don't chop my call.
Ain't nobody used the word demand.
Push out fake narrative.
Ain't nobody used the word demand.
Like it was.
Ain't nobody used the word demand. Stop coming on here lying.
Here you go, man. I want both of my calls. Let me get both of my calls.
Do it.
So I have enough time. Myra, I give you your props for holding Nair's to his narrative pushing ass and always changing shit up to fit his fucking argument on any other day. 1 minute he calling somebody out on their resume about fighting this guy and when they fought the guy, and then he bigging up somebody on the next day.
Reading a name is bigging
up
up.
On the resume.
I'm Floyd out this bitch. I'm Floyd. I'm Floyd.
You don't see it.
I'm Floyd.
I hear you. Keep running your lips. I hear you. Mario, at the same time, I was on agreement with you, but you said Canelo is on another level. You can't mimic that. What's hard to mimic? What the fuck upper torso, head moving Canelo ass doing? With that flat-footed ass fighting stance.
Who beat him?
Ain't nothing complete about it.
Who beat
he did
him?
get beat.
Who
Floyd
beat him?
Who
beat
him?
him?
Floyd beat him.
Who beat him?
And Floyd beat him, and arguably Islam Lara beat him according to y'all, except you Canelo ass, fashion ass, nut huggers.
Yeah.
That's all.
Triple G might have been 2 in the first fight.
I hear you. Now, who I'm going back and forth with? I can't hear you. Is it Larry, Curly, or Mo? Which one?
The Three Stooges.
I was
Which
siding.
one?
I don't know if I'm siding with you, but I'm saying Triple G could be argued that
Look,
Canelo.
no boxing talk means nothing to me. I would rather deal with Mario or I would deal with a Doomsday. I don't care to hear your logics, man.
Yo, I agree
Your
with you,
boxing
though.
talks are under my shoes, man. I hear you. Great interviews this morning. Hey, can I finish my call? Great interviews this morning.
That is. Yo, 2 calls. Let me say something. It's hilarious. This is exactly what fanatics do, right? You see them in the comment section and they're talking about everything other than boxing. That's what he does. Ass clown, Larry Moe, Sturley, Curly, make up his own word. Listen, bruh, listen to the show. No one said Floyd demanded Canelo to come down. No one said that. I said Floyd moved up for De La Hoya, took De La Hoya's contract, the glove size and the weight, beat De La Hoya, became the A side, and Canelo had a fight where Floyd Mayweather wanted. That's what I said. I never said demand. Your whole arguments, he always coming in so angry with wrong information, bro. Like, get a new Bluetooth.
Yo, but let me just state this, though. I'm going to agree with him, though, man, because, like, you could bring in guys to emulate Canelo. Like, this guy's like,
man,
you know,
Floyd.
Yeah, with the athleticism is always going to be, you know, questionable for per sparring partner, whoever you're bringing in. There's different levels of athleticism, but as far as emulating him, I mean, it's just that it's not what Canelo does is like, out of this world. It's just he does it very well. His muscle memory is there. Everything he does is very well. But you got guys that could come in and emulate him, man. I mean, I'd have guys that are harder to emulate Floyd, if anything, because that's on a defense, you know?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Canelo's mostly offense. So it's a little different.
And this
the combination of athleticism and skill is a very rare thing with Canelo. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, obviously, Terrence Crawford is better, in my opinion. Obviously, Lomachenko does things that are far beyond what Canelo does. But all I'm saying is that athleticism skill combo, very tough to emulate.
Fighters emulate fighters all the time. Good fighters. Young B-Hop, Chris Colbert emulate Floyd, emulates Cotto, emulates freaking Roy Jones. So has Tyson Fury. I mean, can they do it exact? Nah, but they could present it, you know? So I'm not going to go as far as like, nah, they can't be emulated. It's actually a laughable statement if you want to get, you know, all sparky with it.
Copied, never duplicated.
Because, it's copied. It's not exact. But they do it. They do it. They don't know the plan, but he could shoulder roll. He could, you know, he could walk in like Triple G. And I'm saying good as like later.
Man, there was a Manny Pacquiao fight, and I think it was Ricky Hatton who said it, that he couldn't prepare for that speed. They brought people in to do what Pacquiao did, but then when Pacquiao did it with his speed, with his athleticism, with his fast twitch muscles and slow twitch muscles, couldn't be prepared for. Couldn't be prepared for. And that's all I'm trying to say is that some of these guys, it's one thing to prepare and it's another thing to be in the ring with them.
I just want to talk about this grabbing at like strings with this Shane Mosley punch. You can see how desperate you guys are. Honestly, please don't cut me off. You can see how desperate you are for a win. I've read Lucas's name the same way I've read David Diaz's name, but no one mentions David Diaz, who's no one. You know, I said, look at this resume. Never said, look at the names on it. Look how good these. Those are just the names in that order. That's how much of a G he is. If I would have read it backwards, would you have said something about David Diaz then? Because I still said his name. But that's how desperate you guys are for the Shane Mosley punch to land on Ness. Get out of here, your bum asses. Please don't follow Mario. He comes on here talking about Mario. Good point. Bro, Mario's rustier than fucking... Bro, he needs mad sparring. Do not use any of his shit he talking. Man, fuck. What in the world?
Bruh, I'm here to keep you in check.
Sure, bro.
Even though you've grown.
So why haven't you said anything about David Diaz? Why you haven't said anything about David Diaz? Didn't I say that name? Why you haven't said Mosley? Didn't I say that name? Wasn't Mosley past his prime?
But that's not the. But who made that point? I didn't make that point.
That's what you're trying. About?
Why are you trying to throw that on me?
That's the point you're trying to make. That I'm giving Pacquiao credit for a certain win that I'm not giving credit for another fighter when that's not what was done.
The point I'm making is you're glossing over certain achievements and giving them the same type of achievement that name represents in general.
Glossing over.
It's hilarious. You don't do that with
hilarious that you guys changed the definition of words,
and it's so funny that the fighters are the ones that agree with these people that you call fanatics and agree with me. Like, it's funny. Every single fighter. Listen. You listen.
What? Every single fighter that says that
your favorite.
So wait a minute. Favorites
fighter.
Cool.
Okay? So
yeah, they say that. They say that because they picking them in a fight.
That's just it, right?
Because they picking them in a fight.
Because they see.
But Mario, we just discussed.
That they got trained with the trainers that are trained to see this, the managers that are paid to see and evaluate true talent. All of them across the board. Terrence Crawford. Man, we got to stop even asking these questions. Let's just start the question with, how good do you think Terrence Crawford is? Let's start asking that question because it's levels to this shit. And
y'all be taking it personal, man.
Wait, because I need my defense. I need my defense.
I'm the one that's passionate about Terrence Crawford.
My defense is this,
it's
right?
It's not even that.
My defense is this. If he's saying that Crawford is my favorite fighter's favorite fighter, and that I need to realize every fighter's saying the same thing, so I need to just jump on the bandwagon. It's something they see that I don't see.
That's not what I said.
And
don't put those words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that for everything you don't see in Crawford, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Because everybody across the board.
What is it that you think I don't see?
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. But
this is what you said. You continue. Listen to me.
Ready for Earl Spence,
you continue to insinuate that.
Like, I couldn't believe you said that.
There you are. There you are again. There you are again, changing my word. I said he's not ready. That's what I said. You changed it. You're like J-Mac. I'm telling you, this dude is pandering to J-Mac.
That's what you said. That's what you said. You said he's not a big enough star for Earl. That's what you said.
I'm gonna move on, bro. I'm gonna move on because I don't really deal well with people.
Jamie,
I don't really deal well with people that make up shit because I never said that. You know.
You said that.
All right, cool, champ. Cool, champ. Trey in the Bay.
What up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we do.
Hey, man. It's not Canelo hate, man. It's y'all motherfuckers sound terrible. I'm never watching another Canelo fight with Jews, man. Oh shit. What else? Y'all talk for so goddamn long. I forgot all my points.
So with this Fury odds.
You say what, do me?
What's up with this Fury Wilder 3 odds? How do you feel about that? You think negative 420 for Fury's is good and Wilder's plus 270 is all right?
I mean, I agree with y'all. It's gonna even out closer when they get closer to the fight. Of course, they're gonna do that, and we need something to talk about. And man, you talk about somebody says something about Loma, man. Every time somebody mentions Loma, all I think of was them T-Rex ass arms, man. And where the fuck is Mike, bro? Somebody got to get Ness in line, man. Hey, and what's up with this Floyd should have fought Triple G shit? That is insane, man. That's 2 different weight classes, man. 3 different weight classes, right? 47,
so who would have won
it? But Floyd, Triple G always said, and Abel Sanchez at the time, there's plenty of interviews and videos out there of them saying they would come down to 154 only for Floyd. Steve in Chicago. Talk to me, Renga.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, I don't have much to say on the odds. I'm surprised that they even came out this early. But as far as you guys were talking about earlier with the film studies, as far as I'm concerned, I just want to rematch some of the fights that were done, say, within the last 3 years. It just gives us some good debate on the show. I know a lot of guys like watching some of the classics. I'm not against it, but just for the show purposes, if we do these film studies, it'll give us ammunition in the future for some debate. That's all.
All right. And that is Steve. He chose Triple G versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. Sergey Derevyanchenko. And it has 3 upvotes plus his nomination. We're going out to Louisiana. Jerome, what up?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Just wanted to call and shout y'all out. Good interview. And I know it's going to take some people getting used to the Patreon thing, but we always support y'all. The bigger the platform gets. And emulating, you can get just about anybody to emulate anybody, but it's different when you in the ring with that person. Deontay Wilder could get WWE Braun Strowman to try to emulate Fury, but Braun Strowman can't think like Fury, so it's not the same thing. That's my call.
All right. We're going out to Sid. Talk to us, Florida, Ohio, Atlanta, worldwide, Mr. International.
What up, man? Good job on those interviews. Everybody liked the videos. I feel like those betting odds, they're going to change up or whatever. And, closer to the fight, we'll have something more respectable. But other than that, man, I ain't going to even say no names, but they need to stop jumping in these jumping off topic, just to prove a point for some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But good shit on what y'all doing, man. And I'm out.
All right. Sid, man, thanks for coming in, bro. I'm sorry.
I want to stop Ness, man. I want to stop Ness.
Shots fired at Mario. Yo, I want a producer.
You didn't say no names,
bruh. He said. He specifically said, "I wish dudes stop jumping outside of the topic."
He was talking about the caller, man.
Nah, bruh. He talking about Mario jumping outside the topic just to prove a point from a.
He took the sword coming at the caller, drove it.
Yo, Mario fucked up the flow of the show to talk about a debate from yesterday. He lost.
All y'all do that. Well, not do me, but all y'all do that since we started this thing. Okay,
bruh,
y'all
you lost that debate yesterday. You trying to bring it back up today, man?
Because you got. That's why you don't like it.
Bro, I read a name. That's sad. You on some Shane Mosley shit right now.
Ness, you gotta understand. You on trial every time.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I'm Floyd. I'm Floyd. Yo, right now he thinks he's made Donna and he won some rounds.
He hit you with that right hand.
Yo, he won some rounds. He happy. Yo, we going out to King Born.
Hey, what's going on? Listen, Mario, you need to be on a talk show, man. You always beefing and throw us off track. Number one, no disrespect, but You always beefing with us, man. Like, just let it ride, man. Just let it just chill. Be easy. Be easy, my brother. Now, to Deontay, them odds going to change, man. You know it's going to be something crazy with that. You know it's going to be something crazy with that. Hey, listen, this is for JT, J-Mac, you know, the real hardcores, right? I want to know who you think is the best fighter who had the awkward style. Would you give it to the drunken master, Emmanuel Burton, Augustus Burton, who had the most style that no one could figure out? Because even Floyd said that was his hardest fight.
Yep.
You know, but Mario, cut it out, man. Cut it out. You want to be, if you're going to go on tonight's show and all that, live with Mario, cool.
All
that.
I'm gonna be honest, and you know, the older generation ain't gonna love me, but like, bro, I can't appreciate Emmanuel Augustus. When I came up, Emmanuel Augustus was fighting on Friday Night Fights at the time. Floyd had already fought in him, and like, he just was not the same fighter that he was. So whatever style,
fight was on USA though, so it wasn't like.
Bro, don't try to water down Emmanuel.
I know, that's
style,
what I'm saying.
Man.
Like,
what you saying?
That was the time. That was the sign of the
bro,
time.
I'm not watering down. I literally just said, when I came up, he was already on Friday Night Fights. He was already past his prime, so I
you
can't.
Didn't see a good fighter.
So I can't comment on that. Damn, y'all.
Sure, my bad.
Yo,
I thought
put down the spears, gentlemen.
Order in the court.
Bro, shooting them subliminals and fighters. I thought that you was
why y'all, bro? I literally just said,
gotta stop being a hater.
When I came up,
he gave him the drunken style. Best drunken style was the question.
Yo, he was tough, bro.
Immediately, I thought of Tyson Fury has a dope ass drunken style.
So Ness, he was already on. You say Friday Night
Fights. He was already chop Corley level at that time. Like he was a tune up at that time, bro.
He was on a down.
Super down. Like probably like I don't know, man. Check his record. Maybe like 6 fights losses already under the resume.
I don't know the entry. I can't remember, right? But I don't know how tough his life was or whatnot. But the style that he brung, let me just tell you something. Like, and you know, the caller said it best. You know, Floyd wasn't just given a charity compliment there. You know what I'm saying? It's a very difficult style to go up. What the fuck is a drunken style? You understand? Everything he did was just out of the box,
awkward.
But the thing is that. You guys look at it, maybe some of you as like a clown act, but he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yep.
I mean, yo, was he a world champ though?
Champ, he didn't get there.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Let me get to some callers.
And not everybody gets to be the golden goat. Not everybody gets to be that guy.
Because there's levels.
And there's levels, but there's also see, Floyd Mayweather, he was born into fighting, my friend. You know, you got guys that are tailored and they're destined for these things.
So is Shane Mosley Jr.
Okay, what I'm saying is that we don't know what opportunities this guy might have had or what he could have done. What we were talking about is his style. Exactly. And that's what I'm going to hold it to. His style was very awkward, but it was more planned than just him clowning. And if you look back at his fights and you start to see that some of his maneuvers acted as feints, it's just something really cool to watch. You know, I'm a type of guy that when I sit down, I just get everything from a fight. I'm also a coach.
Yo, what's his name?
Emmanuel Augustus.
So it's like when I look at things like that, I don't just automatically attack it. I look at it for what it is.
Bro, why are you saying attack? I never attacked.
He wasn't talking about you, bro. Look,
I'm not.
Damn, big dog.
I'm talking about if those that are looking at it like, oh man, what's Doomy talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that guy was a clown. He wasn't, man. And if you go back and you start to look at the things he did, you might start to appreciate some of it and take Floyd's compliment or what he said as.
I mean, my man was a tough vet, but you know,
listen, and all I'm gonna add to that real quick is you see what he did in the Floyd fight too, okay? Because you see him in other fights. Go back and look at highlights. Like he would get really crazy out there. Like he would do really crazy things. But in the Floyd fight, like he knew when to temper it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this random thing. It wasn't like Broner humping his opponent. This was a planned, very orchestrated strategy. You know what I'm saying? And he knew when to temper it. He knew when that it was going to work, and he knew when it wasn't. And with the Floyd fight, like he showed up big.
Damn. He lifted his leg.
He getting mad. He getting mad credit right now. Yo, we going out to Stone. Oh shit, Stonebone. I apologize. I'll be right back to you, brother. I got a ringer out of the UK. Let me see here. I got a boomerang. I'm sorry.
To this day. To this day. Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, they put Tyson Fury in there. Sing along with me if you know the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, people? What's going on?
What's up? What's happening?
Yeah, listen, I just wanted to talk about this Fury Wilder, rubber match. I'm not surprised with the odds. I think that it's only Wilder fans that are actually hoping that Wilder wins the third fight. Other than, hoping that he lands the punch. No Wilder fan can actually tell me what Wilder can do in the fight to be successful. I don't see anything Wilder can actually do to be successful in the third fight. He doesn't have enough time to make all the adjustments he needs to. And frankly, he's going to get beat down again, and I'm looking forward to it. The other thing I was thinking about is, I don't know why anyone is not talking about this, what changes? Is he actually going to make changes with his coach, or is he going to stay with the same coaches? Do you think that if the same coaches that he's had would actually be able to teach him anything different? You would expect that.
That's the intrigue right there, my friend. That's what's going to keep you glued to, Wilder's social media and everything that is Wilder, because you want to know what's the next step, man. Stonebone, Colorado. What up? Good morning.
What up? Yeah, man. Hey, Mario, man, don't worry about Ness, man. You don't need no sparring. You can do like Floyd, come out of jail and beat Guerrero, then Canelo. That's easy work for you.
My
for
man.
Ness. He ain't that sharp. He over the hill. He over the hill, man. He can't keep up with you, man. Hey, but we talked on the back channel. They was arguing me down. I said, Fury's going to be a 2-1 favorite pretty much when they come out. They said, no way. I said, he just knocked him out. How can he not be almost a 2-1 favorite? And what was the number you just put out?
Bro, he almost a fucking 4.5. He 420.
Yeah,
he minus 420.
They was arguing me down that he can't be that big. I said, bro, he just knocked him out. They said, well, the first fight he was out in 12 and it came out. I said, no, he wasn't knocked out. It was a draw. So he got up. No matter how many seconds we thought he got up. So the Vegas odds is based off of trying to drive money a certain way. They want you to bet on Wilder. So if y'all got some money, if you willing to
cut it, they sure do. Because plus 270, you put 100, you bringing back your 100 plus 270.
Yeah, you're getting double the money on Wilder. So he's a
double
2-1
and a half,
dog.
Double and more than a half.
Oh yeah, that's
true. 270. Yo, that's bankity bank. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's even and that's what's gonna happen because the odds are so good. Everybody's gonna say, "Fuck it, I'll put 100," because 100 gives you 370. You like, fuck it. I could throw 100. It's Wilder. He knocked everybody out. He dropped. They gonna push that line. Rule 504. What it do?
Yeah, those odds. They seem very appropriate. And if you do have money, you might want to put it on Wilder because even though I think he's going to probably lose this third fight again, there's still that potential for the knockout. But anyway, just as far as the film study goes, I put my vote in for that Ben Eubank fight too. That was one of the best super middleweight fights of all time. But that's my call. You guys have a good day and stay safe.
All right, champ, you too, man. Thanks for calling in. Champ!
Yo, I'm watching right now Floyd Mayweather versus Emmanuel Augustus Burton fight. It hasn't started yet, but it seems interesting. This Emmanuel Augustus style. It's a lot of clowning, ain't humping like Mario used. But
bro, my man got 34 losses, 38 wins, 6 draws. And there was never a time where he was like a heavily touted prospect. Like, he's getting a lot of airtime right now. He's getting a lot of airtime. Like, my man lost his second fight. Then he went and got a couple wins. Then he lost again. Then he got a draw. Then he just kept losing. Like, come on,
I don't know if I heard right, but the caller said, yo, who you have.
He probably learned on the job, man.
He said, yo, who you have as the best drunken style out there? And then he name drop Emmanuel Augustus. I say the best drunken style right now, successful, is Tyson Fury.
I don't even know why what does drunken style mean, especially when you're relating it to Tyson.
Unorthodox, that unusual.
How is
style.
Tyson unorthodox, champ? Tyson fights in an orthodox stance, first of all.
Well, not the orthodox. It's just like he jitters a lot. He's bouncing a lot.
But that's feints. That's feints. Muhammad Ali did that.
Yeah.
So how is that drunken when the greatest of all time done it?
And it's a fight style, man. It's like, it goes to the Wu-Tang, drunken style, different style of fighting. So he just don't fight. His fight look like you got to watch every twitch he uses because he uses
It's like, yo, when you're I could imagine the people who faced him. Like, you mentioned 34 losses and all that. I would like to go back and look at these fights.
Nah, he was on Friday Night Fights, bro. He was on Friday Night Fights.
How do you fight a guy like that? How? Like,
what? How do you
like, my man, 38 people beat him. It obviously, his style ain't that good. 38 people beat him, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he won. That's what I'm saying is how were the adjustments going? We were talking.
I don't think there was any adjustment. I think dudes just went straight forward. Once they realized my man's playing, you only get to play for a little amount of time. You know how it is. You've been in the ring. You can't play forever. Somebody gonna test your mettle. You can't just sit there and dance. You can't sit there and dance and clown around, especially now with no Mexicans. They coming on your ass, bro.
Yeah, but his losses, most of his losses were unanimous decisions. So it's not like these guys like just KO'd him right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all unanimous decisions. So these motherfuckers had to deal with this shit the whole fight.
I mean, look, he had a chin, I guess, but let me get to Boomer.
Is bad.
Huh?
Now let's go forward, man. We giving him too much airtime. That's the same, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, like when I became a hardcore, like I guess, man, I don't know, early late, I guess like late 2000, late 99, like 19. You know what I mean? Like
true. It's a little while back.
Yeah, so it's just like he was already on TV. Like, look, I watched all these fights. Look, I pulled up his resume. I watched Charles Hatley beat him. I watched Vernon Paris beat him. I interviewed Vernon Paris dozens of times. He was a heavily touted up and coming Detroit prospect, but he just has so many out of the ring issues. Like, bro, I've been doing this for so long. Like, I've been seeing Emmanuel Augustus get his ass beat. Like, Lucky Boy Omatoso, who caught a body, knocked him out. Ruslan, who was a big puncher, knocked him out. Like, you saying he ain't never been done out because back then, who was he fighting? You know what I'm saying? He was in club shows.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Super active. They had this guy 4 fights a year type minimum.
Bro, I seen all those fights. That's crazy.
Like, champ, like
that's because it was Friday Night Fights, yo. Friday Night Fights, man. We need Friday Night Fights back, bro. We need Friday Night Fights.
Yo,
we really
y'all
do.
remember KO Nation? That's what this fight is, like a PBC style fight. PBC Grand Entrance. I'm gonna send y'all the link.
Let me get to Boomerang. Trey in the Bay.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I got that boomerang after Coyote hoe ass. Boy, that motherfucker got his head up his ass, man. Hey, That boy don't come in the back call no more because he with that bullshit. You know they ran him on out of there now. Coyote, get your balls up and call back in, man. Man, you gotta have a conversation. And still don't got no fucking job, Tommy. Oh yeah, shit. That's my call, man.
All right, champ.
All right, Trader Bay, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to, I guess, see if we get some back and forth. Coyote on the boomerang.
Listen, I ain't ducking no one. I ain't ducking no one. I want all the smoke. I'll come for you. You just wasted your call. Listen, your king is gonna get beat up again, and I can't wait for it to happen. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I just want this whole coronavirus thing to go away. But listen, yeah, have you not seen that thing with Billy Joe Saunders?
Absolutely. We reported on it yesterday's show.
And you sent us that other note on it, Ness. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I missed yesterday's show. Now he's on some craziness. But yeah, man. Is there any shows that it's gonna be just in studios only? Does anyone know if anything has been confirmed?
As far as fights in studio?
Nah, not yet.
Only talks. See, I mean, I say Steven Marcano confirmed it for us. I mean, he said that if they're able to, they're gonna do a July studio fight. So.
Okay. Does anyone know about any fights in Japan as well? Apparently, there's some fights happening in Japan.
Yeah, but I don't think those are boxing matches, though. Are they? Because I saw that on an MMA website.
Maybe one is.
Yeah, it's boxing.
It's probably
boxing
a mixed
going
card.
on in
They
Japan.
do that a lot over there.
It's like a tournament type boxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing I saw.
Shit, man. I haven't heard of that. I know MMA, like you said, does a lot of stuff in Japan. Shit, man, we don't know when Box is gonna be starting their shows out there, and everybody's on a different curve and all that other stuff. So, just don't know.
I wonder if like they open it up in like some weird market, right? That we wouldn't normally see fighters go to. If like fighters will start to go to that market, like.
How though? Where's that market?
That's true. That's true. Like you're not gonna be able to fly. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry.
It's not like it's Australia and it's safe over there. Shit is everywhere.
No. I'm just saying though. Like, I mean, at this point, our major markets are plugged up. All I'm saying is that if one of these other countries who are doing other things, some of them, not as good on their population, or like not as, I guess, a little more social. I mean, not socialist, but like.
Yo, does this sound crazy?
Like,
how about we just pick an island that nobody goes to, something like Guam, and we see what it's looking like, and all the fights get held over there and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like a boxing fire fest.
Yeah, like an island where like there is no COVID over there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's flying in, and there's no COVID there. Let's have the show there, right?
To have that kind of thing, they would have to have like a stacked card, bro. It would have to be like Spence and Crawford on the undercard to afford that.
That sounds like a Fire Island ready to happen.
Yo, just want to remind everybody that we did Untitled yesterday, and that could be found on Patreon. It also Untitled and the audio only version of that with no ads. Yeah, man, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us at 7 p.m. for the film study. We'll see.
We gonna announce it right now?
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to see.
Okay.
Give it a little bit of time for people to hear and kind of. Okay. I don't know. I do want to schedule as soon as possible, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I asked, but I'm not gonna. You make the executive decision. It's good with me.
I want to just give it a little bit of time for the people that's listening to, be able to go to the post and make any, like Rue did and a couple others.
I do not disagree, Cap. I think you're right on that one.
Make it a surprise.
At Mario Mugia on Twitter, at Mario Mugia on Instagram. Come chop it up with me. Anything I say, man, just come and get me on Twitter. It's all good. We talk on there. Yeah, and I was gonna say something else. We have, you know what? We'll talk about the interviews later, I guess.
Good topic, Mr. 704 said, "How's the DAZN monthly membership?" You know, I bought the year, so I'm stuck. I'm all in. You know, I guess for the monthly dudes, you could back out. But the thing is, this: it's like if you back out of the old monthly, where you're $10.
Yep.
Then you're no longer grandfathered in. So then when you come back, you're paying $20 a month.
Yeah,
so
it's not
I'm
worth
sticking with
it's
mine.
something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. I'm on a year, so I'm stuck.
Already, if you have the $20 one already,
yeah,
and
jump
you wanna
out.
Pause it while this is going. Yeah, dip out. But if you're in that $10 tier, hell no.
I'm sure you could call them too, though. I'm sure you could call. I'm getting so many emails from like credit card companies and everything, just like, you know, hit us up if you having issues and stuff like that. So I'm sure you could call DAZN and put it on pause because, like I told you, my AMC Movie Pass automatically paused us.
Nice.
But yeah, man, catch us on the next one, 7 p.m. Eastern. Patreon only. Peace.
TBV_casual fan is my Twitter. TBV_casual fan is my YouTube channel. Boxing Fan Apparel /Patreon.com.
And you could catch Doomy on IG, Alex_Doomsday_Linez, LAINEZ. Catch me on Twitter, AlexLinezTBV1. And definitely catch that episode we did on Untitled, man. We went on and on and on.
Yo,
a lot
like
of people
3
liked
hours.
It. Yeah, a lot of people was feeling it. You know, I'm getting texts and stuff. That was great. So go check that out. And we'll be coming to you with way more fun episodes like that. Champs.
Peace.
Peace.